Nothing on this show is authorized by the Food and Drug Administration, and nothing said here is intended to treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any disease. Contact your physician before starting a diet or exercise regimen, including supplementation. This is not medical advice and is for entertainment purposes only.
Du hast mich.
You know, I always, I'm not even a super big Rammstein fan, but like the only time I get on Facebook, for some reason, like that's my algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been happening more and more lately, and I was a Rammstein fan back in like the 2000s.
Yeah.
when they were like, you know, kind of fresh.
I still am, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to see Primus up in Dallas next week.
We saw them not too
We
long
saw
ago.
Primus last year.
Yeah.
When they were with the Perfect Circle and
Santa.
Pussifer.
Yeah, right here. I was there.
Dude.
That was a hell of a show.
We brought Ben Hartman for Morphogen.
Morphogen. Yeah. That's a good brand, too.
Yeah.
That was fun. It's a good night.
Yeah, Maynard sounds good. I had never seen him in person.
He's
before.
amazing.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Joey's a mix between Maynard, what's his name? Les.
Who?
The guy from Rammstein. What's his name?
Till
Lindemann.
Till Lindemann.
Maynard Keenan,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Elon Musk. That's Joey.
What a cool
Hell of a
combo.
mix.
All right, welcome to the Suppworks podcast. I'm a mixture of 4 different people, including Joey Savage. This is Frank Colacino, and he's here from Pearland, which coincidentally is pretty much in our backyard.
About 2 hours away. That's backyard in Texas big.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, in Houston, 1 hour could be 8 miles or 80. It
Yeah,
depends.
south side of Houston.
Yes.
We're on the north side.
Yeah. With traffic, it's 2 hours plus. But going home, it'll be an hour and 20.
Yeah.
And hopefully there's no police.
There won't be. There never
It's
is.
Friday night. You're good.
Yeah.
All right, so Frank, we got a recommendation on LinkedIn that we needed to talk to you, and I'd vaguely met you before, but then
Briefly.
I looked at your LinkedIn and I was like, holy shit! Like this guy has seen some shit in his days. Like, I mean, you got started in this industry. You told me like before the show started, 18 years.
Yeah. This is gonna be 2000. Going on 18 this year,
That's amazing.
which is like 100 any other job.
Oh,
In
yeah,
our
yeah.
industry, it's dog years.
I mean, just think of how many ingredients that you've seen come and go that were legal for like a hot minute and then made it illegal.
Yes. And brands that came and went, and yeah.
Retailers, distributors.
Retailers, the whole book of business that you've seen come and go. Yeah, distributors that ran the business and are no longer in business. Yeah, it's been
And
quite a journey.
Technology plays like a huge role into like how things live and die. And you know, we remember when social media was a new thing.
I was about to say, when I started, social media wasn't even a thing.
Yeah, it was not, and like influencers weren't a thing.
No. That then bodybuilders still that's who were mattered.
You can keep fucking with that, or
Yeah,
It was, Jay and Ronnie and guys like that, and then they could make money and have big contracts with Muscle Tech, and there was only a handful of brands really that.
that was the end of what I would say is like the last great era of bodybuilding.
Yes.
I mean, not to say that it's not great today, but like it's in a very different kind of context.
It was more, I don't want to say underground. It was before it got cool, and in being cool and popular, it opened the door for like everybody can do it now to some extent.
Well, and all the advertisements, and it's not like the internet didn't exist, but everything was in magazines.
Yes.
this is all print.
Everything was print. Even when I was at Species, it was still heavily print. You had when I was working with Dave, it was RX Muscle too. But he was going head to head with print and Blackman at MD.
Yeah.
When I was there. It was just, and now there's like no magazines. You don't need them.
And that was before social media, and there were forums. You go talk in the forums.
Yes. That's where you got your information from on everything, really.
I mean, there were some great people in those forums.
Mikey Lizzie.
Yeah. I mean, where you would have like other great people, like, Rob Wildman was in there, Patrick Arnold was in there, like some of like on the scientific side, like some hardcore dudes.
Yeah. But then like Jim came along, Jim Stepani.
Oh God. That's when the influencers and everything showed up.
Yeah.
And he was one of the first. But I mean, he did some stuff for like bodybuilding.com, but he quickly became an influencer.
Yeah. So you saw that whole thing happen and unfold.
The whole genesis, of multiple facets of the industry in the time that I've been doing it, yeah.
So were you working sales then, or?
Back then, yeah, I've always been on the sales. I mean, I do a lot of different things now over the years. I try to expand the skill set to help with branding and marketing and meeting the co-men and meeting ingredients people. I mean, I try to have a full toolbox, but back then it was basically primarily outside sales.
Mm-hmm. What did that look like?
Well, I guess it's a segment you can start where I just got into how I got into it in the industry.
I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
Like, how'd you get in?
By mistake.
Oh,
It was actually by mistake. So I went to school for political science and government, Lehigh University. I'm from Pennsylvania. So I went there, got my BA in poli-sci and government, got my MA. Wanted to do public service, really, was
Okay.
my initial politics. And then I had an internship and worked with some politicians. And, anybody who knows me now would not be surprised that when I saw how that really works. I'm bad at lying. I'm bad at kissing ass. I'm very politically incorrect by choice. I'm blunt.
who knows? There might be a chance for you nowadays.
Well, yeah, now when you see the Trump wins, but
As long as you're not a reptilian or a pedophile, I think you've got a solid
no,
shot.
I'm definitely not the second one. I think I could peel my face off and be a snake underneath, but
Can't elect this one. He's a snake underneath.
yeah. So I mean, I went. That's what I wanted to do. I ended up getting out of college and getting into public relations and marketing for a little bit. Recession hit.
Yeah.
A big chunk of the firm got released. I was the low man on the totem pole. I actually got kept around for a little bit. And then it was, well, what do we do now? Because I was always sold growing up. I'm the first one in my family to go to college.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest. I have a stepbrother and stepsister. But it was, my parents were of the generation where it's like, go to college, you write your own ticket and all this shit. And I get out and I got kicked in the nuts within a year and a half.
I think a lot of people found that out to be true.
I wish I knew then what I know now.
Right.
Certainly. So then I'm like, well, what do I want to do? And I had a buddy who was coaching and teaching, a teammate of mine when I went to Lehigh. I played football in college too.
Nice. So you got that athletic background.
Yeah, I was always into. My father was a power lifter. My uncle was a power lifter. I was always around the gym.
Yeah.
So very young, I guess I was influenced by guys that now that I know were these big guys at the gym, and I would see it. I'm like, wow, like that's really cool.
Like I'm playing, college football, but these guys are fucking giants.
Yeah, when I was a kid, you didn't understand everything that went into it, but I was impressed by bodybuilders. Then I went to college, and you play football, and the Philadelphia Eagles had their training camp where we went at Lehigh.
Yeah.
So when I got to see those guys up close, I'm like, yeah, I got no shot. 5'10" and a half guard is not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. So it was a reality check standing next to those guys, and 1% of 1% makes the pros. So, but I did play football there, like I said, and then when I got out, I had that public relations job. That fell through because of the recession. What happened was the people who were taking their PR in house, rather than have a third party do it, all expenses outside were being eliminated. So they kept it in house. Now they don't need people like me. So I went back to school at Monmouth University to get a master's in teaching.
In Jersey, yeah.
In Jersey. And so I went back there and coached football and went to school to get my master's in secondary ed. Dual certified for English and social studies.
Really?
Yes. So I was going to be a teacher and a coach. And again, once I got inside and saw how that worked, and I wanted to make a difference in the kids' lives, really. I had, the altruistic values, and then I saw, especially in like the schools that weren't doing so well, it was basically babysitting and make sure the kids get through. Yeah. Keep the parents happy, don't rock the boat. So I'm like, man, all this for, at the time, $50,000 a year? Ugh.
It's not going to work.
This is not going to work. And there was a lot of nepotism, so trying to get into the job would be really hard. So I was actually unemployed for a while. I was collecting unemployment, staying up till all hours of the night, applying to jobs and fixing my resume, and couldn't get anywhere. Didn't have a ton of experience. Had the obviously the degrees and stuff. And one day I was back home in Scranton, PA. I was in Brown's Gym in Clark Summit, Pennsylvania, and a guy by the name of Bob O'Leary came in. And Bob at the time had owned what then was Boss, which was a sports distributor. I knew them because they had Eclipse shakes.
Yeah.
They used to make the shakes in the can. They were like pure sugar, but they tasted amazing. And he was in there, and he asked the gym owner, Jim Brown, I'm looking to expand my sales team. Is there anybody in here that you think would be good at doing this? And Jim was like, talk to that guy over there. So Bob came over. He's like, hey, I'm Bob O'Leary. I'm like, yeah, of course. I know your Eclipse shakes, blah, blah, blah. So we got to talking, and he's. I ended up interviewing with him, and I think Joe Meese is the president now. What we now know as Muscle Foods USA.
Yeah.
And since then, it's been Boss, it's been USA Sports. Then they got bought out by Urpac, so now they're really the biggest distributor that's left standing.
I think it's interesting to see like the Lone Star Europa thing that was going on here in Texas and them merging into this super beast, and yet now Muscle Foods is still the predominant player in the distribution game.
When I was with Muscle Foods, we were like the little engine that could. We were the little guy.
Yeah.
Now, I ended up working for Lone Star next.
Yeah.
But I cut my teeth and really learned the industry with Muscle Foods. With I think she's like this senior VP or something. Angela Basta was really like kind of taught me the initial how the industry works, the sales system, and she was great to work with. And there was good people. A lot of them are still there. But I was inside primarily there, and I liked being on the road more. So Lone Star ended up giving me more money, and they're like, we want you for outside sales.
Perfect.
So that's how I went from Muscle Foods but with Muscle Foods, I literally got the job because I was in the gym at the right time, at the right place when Bob O'Leary walked in.
That's a fate move right there.
It was a fate move because I never knew you could do what we do for a living.
And the fact that once you got in and you saw how it worked, you didn't leave.
Yeah. Well,
it's funny because he's like, I looked at this business and this industry, and I saw what was behind the closed doors, and I didn't like it.
Yeah,
but he stuck around the supplements.
I stuck around this one. It's because I just took to it very quickly. The Muscle Foods let go of a couple of their sales reps.
Yeah,
and I basically inherited their base, and they were doing like $15,000 a month between the two of them, and I got a list of like semi-dead leads and all that shit too, and within 6 months, I think the $14,000 was like 50.
Yeah.
So I just had a knack. I enjoyed it, and I had a knack for it. So,
well, and when you think about it, like, regardless of what might even be going on behind closed doors, at the ground level, when people are selling these products, like, you are actually giving those customers a chance to improve their lives. And I think that there's a certain satisfaction that gets derived out of that.
Definitely. And I've always done well with brands that I believed in. And there have been some really good brands that I've worked for. I could never sell something really with conviction that I didn't believe in. I couldn't lie to people. Even though BSN was big back in the day, I couldn't have sold Synta 6 because I was like, it just wasn't my kind of product. It had the macros and everything.
You know what's funny is, like, I understand where you're coming from, but, like, after being in this industry for so long, you can look at any formula and be like, well, here's what it's got going for it. It might not be the perfect product, but at least they're kind of trying here and here and here. And, you just got to kind of look at these things for what they are. And,
you kind of see where they cut margin or.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm new to this because with my brand, we're now selling into retail, and I'm learning all about how the sales side works. And, like margin and like how that affects formula and how you do promotions and how that relates to distribution and all the various different retailers that are out there and how they like to do their deals and structure them. When you're working at distribution, like what are you looking for as like a brand that you're going to support, get behind, and go and actually sell for?
For me personally, it was the formulas. It was something that I personally liked myself. I wasn't, believe it or not, as motivated by spiffs, which was how you get a lot of the reps to sell by spiffing them every unit. You get another $2 in your paycheck.
Spiff is a commission.
Yeah, it's a commission based on the product.
Yeah.
I never sold for spiffs, believe it or not. It was not my. Some reps, that's all they
give
pushed.
A shit. You were going to sell what you were going to sell, and the spiffs would happen.
Basically,
yeah.
And if they didn't spiff it, okay. But I wanted to sell products that I thought were good, the best possible products. I would suggest those. That's how I got on the brand side, really, I was selling a lot of species.
You ever feel like because of doing that you might have had, you may have single-handedly had an influence in what brands prospered and which ones didn't?
Yeah, I haven't some. I wouldn't give myself too much credit, but I can tell you that it definitely helped. I mean, I was a top salesman for species at Muscle Foods, and that's why I ended up getting hired by them.
Working sales and Muscle Foods with distribution, some people would say that like distribution these days are a lot of like order takers.
Yes.
So back then, were you like cold calling and trying to get products into
We were
doors?
all actively pitching. Yeah, the people back then who were just trying to order take that run autopilot, it didn't last long. Those girls at Muscle Foods, when I was there, they hustled. They really did. I was hustling. I was on the road. Everybody hustled, especially for us because we were the little guy. Lone Star was bigger than us. Europa was the purple elephant, right? So we were the underdog. So that we really had to work our ass off to get business because there was issues with Muscle Foods. Boss, they had sold prior to Bob had sold the company to some guys overseas, and they tanked the company, and they owed people money. So Joe Meese, now basically the president, he stepped in, and they were on the hook for a lot of money, and he made it right. A lot of brands didn't want to deal with us because we owed them money. Libratas and BSNs, and these guys were like, you stiffed us, so we're not going to work with you. And Joe Meese put his ass on the line, so I give that guy a lot of credit. He ended up doing well with the whole deal with your pack and whatnot. But if he doesn't put his ass on the line, it's probably not a Muscle Foods. So they helped make right on a lot of those debts that they owed. But we had to win all that business back. So we had to work twice as hard because we were dealing with brands that were like skeptical.
Yeah. So when I guess a brand wants to sell into distribution, what are some things that they should maybe consider going into doing that?
Right now, I mean, as a brand, if you're going to try to do distribution, now there's not as much distribution.
Yeah.
There's only a couple left. Like Europa's a fulfillment center now. Lone Star's gone. Muscle Foods is still there, but a lot of their business is also military because they're owned by Pack, who runs all the commissaries for the military bases. You have Sport Life down in Florida. DNA on the West Coast. It's a lot less competitive. Back then, it was all about, a lot of it was margin. As a brand, you had to see if you have the margin built in your product to be able to sell to the distributor at the price that they need so they can still make their money and then the retailer makes their money. When I was there, distributors were running on 15% margins.
Wow.
That's it. That's what we were running on. So if BSN sold us Synth 6 for $20, we're selling it out the door to the next guy for $22.50,
Oh, wow.
23.
Crazy.
That's it.
Can't
And
even-
then the retailer then sells at 23 for 40,
46, yeah.
45. You know what I mean? So
You
really,
can't
the
even,
distributor
can't
makes
even
nothing.
make protein like at that price now, just barely.
No, not anymore. So the first thing would be the margins. A lot of brands, you would buy from them at like 40% off or 45% off. So whatever the wholesale was, you as a distributor, Muscle Foods, Lone Star, you'd have 45 points. Well, you'd have to give this retailer like 30 off. That's all you could do because you still had to carry 15. So it was really margin driven. Spiffs mattered. If you could grease the reps, I mean, they would do more. I think it was simpler because we were a sales team then. There wasn't as much, you didn't have to worry about online marketing. Your marketing was in magazines, as a brand. But really as a brand, other than the marketing, it was, do you have the room to sell this product in and still make money? Is what it was. The distributor made the least out of anything, out of anybody. I mean, we had orders go out at 10, and it's later Europa, I know, wanted 20s going out the door, but I mean, it's very small margin business, but because you're playing the volume game. So as a brand, it's like, and how are you going to distinguish yourself? You are one brand in a catalog with 100 other brands.
Yep.
So are you spiffing? Are you giving the reps free stuff to try? Like,
Promotional merchandise.
And plus ones was big back in the day. Buy 5, get 1 free, run into deals. To me, it was a simpler thing because I guess I lived through it and knew how to do it. You could control your own fate a lot more as a sales rep, I think, because you weren't so reliant on TikTok and influencers and shit that was, you as a sales rep could really make an impact on brands.
You were the influencer.
Yeah.
You on the street were the guy shaking hands and making deals. And at that time, all the way up until COVID, you could build a brand at the retail level if you were willing to go in and put the work. Go out on the road, shake hands, get in front of people, do what you had to do, get the brand in stores, and the stores would support you. A lot changed since COVID, really, and that's when the industry kind of turned on its head, and retail started to change a lot, too.
Well, I mean, the road teams kind of died out. There's not as many
I don't
road
know.
teams anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I go to an event here and there, and I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
All the OGs were they're gone. They're in a different sector of the industry.
Or they've moved up, or there's all kinds of
Some of them
different
have moved up. More of them have moved on. They phased out. Part of that too was because, I mean, in the early 2010s and stuff, I mean, you probably know, business was good.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a lot of reps that they could live and die on 5 accounts.
If they were good accounts, yeah.
If you had fat whale accounts,
Yeah.
you'd stack your car stock in your car. You'd service those 5 really well. You'd give them a bunch of free shit. They'd buy big POs, and you'd cover your numbers.
And you don't really have to go really far in traveling either.
Nope, you could just service the guys that hang out at the store all day.
Yeah.
When things got hard, those sales reps that look really good, companies started looking at the bottom line. And they're like, this guy ain't selling shit anymore. It's because there wasn't a lot of great reps to begin with.
Yeah.
It was the gravy train. You know what I mean? And once that ended, you got to see who could sell and who was just taking orders or was in a good position. I mean, you put a guy with USP Labs back in the day. I like some of their guys, but I'm just giving that was one example. You're not selling Jack.
It sells itself.
They call you and say, I want 144 lemon lime, and you just put it in the order.
Yeah.
It was that fucking easy for those guys. So everything got exposed over time as things got tighter that you actually had to start selling. And we learned a lot of guys just weren't selling. They just had an easy gig to just show up at a few accounts, shake hands, hang out with the dudes all day, drink some potions, because they were big back in the day, get lit up. And that was their whole job. It was a great job until it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know?
Compared to then, like, what do you think is required now that is so much different?
The money.
Yeah.
The money that you need to have now to put into marketing, to ad spend.
What type of ad spend specifically
Like
do you
that
think
online
drives?
reach.
Yeah.
But that drives e-commerce sales.
E-commerce, which is what keeps people in business now. That's where the things changed. So everything changed when I was with Raw and Revive. Because when I got with Revive, they were a D2C brand. Back, in the 20-teens, that was a kiss of death. Mm-hmm. Stores wanted store exclusive brands. You only sell to us. That's where you could build brands at the store level, like Project AD, like when we built that brand.
Which is still a pretty monster brand.
It's a great brand. Yeah, it's a great brand. And my protege there, Joey's still there, and he's a great kid. He's doing a good job. But you could just go and build it there, and they supported you because they knew that your shit wasn't going to be hoarded out online. When Revive got big is when the influencer stuff started, and now stores are directly influenced by e-commerce and D2C. If you're popular on D2C, stores now want to carry your stuff. They used to not want to carry your stuff. So
when I got flipped, yeah.
It flipped. When I got with Revive, they're like, dude, that's a D2C brand, Frank. What are you doing there? Because I was known as the brick and mortar guy.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, what are you doing over there with Revive? Like, that's a D2C brand. I'm like, listen, it's good shit. Let me do what I do. I'm going to go coast to coast. You know how I roll. I wouldn't be with a brand that's going to sell you out. And that's kind of when everything flipped. And now all the brands that are big in stores generally are very good. D2C is now dictating to stores what they're going to carry. Because a lot of stores, too, they're hurting. Guys who've been in this a long time are busting their ass for half the pay that they used to make as a store owner. They're just trying to stay alive, some of them. And a lot of them are burnt out. So they're not even selling much. They're stocking what they know is going to move. So it's the complete opposite. They used to want to build the unknown brands because it benefited them, because the only place people could get them is in their store. You couldn't go on Amazon and get these brands. Now it flipped the complete other way. Now that D2C and e-commerce is dictating to the stores what's going to move off the shelves, and a lot of these guys just said, hey, let me take my 40 points or whatever. I'm good. I don't want to have to try to build brands. Oh, and by the way, every brand that I've built, they have double-crossed me because they went into Walmart or GNC, because they always feel like they get screwed. But it's a matter of economics.
It's a matter of the life cycle. Eventually they're going to grow up and outgrow those stores and graduate to the next level.
That's why I love the retailers that I've worked with. But it's a hard, because it's like, if they had their way, nobody would ever get big.
Yeah.
You know, unless they make their own brand, and I'm sure they would be happy to sell their house brand to Walmart if they could get the chance.
Yeah, but the credibility on a house brand is always questionable.
It is, but that's where things changed.
But some of those places that do create a house brand, if it's really effective, they're going to end up, I don't know, growing beyond their own store, growing out to other stores. And if it grows enough, they're going to go to GNC and Vitamin Shop just like everybody else.
Anybody who has the opportunity to go to that level is going to go there.
Yeah.
That's why when they get mad, I understand the new formulas come out. Sometimes they take a hit. I understand their side of it as a retailer, certainly, because I live and breathe with these guys, you know. So I get it, but in the same token, it's like if somebody was going to give you $1 million PO, are you going to turn that thing down?
No.
Well,
You know?
it's like new positive cash flow. You can increase your order volumes.
It changes your trajectory
Yeah.
significantly. So, but like I said, with e-commerce, that's really what dictates. Like you see your Gorilla Minds. You see all these. Anybody who's big now, think of a big brand.
Mm-hmm.
They generally are big D2C.
Yeah. Usually they grow like a YouTube or some sort of channel in which they get notoriety.
It's incumbent upon the brands now to build their own demand. Back in the day, that exclusivity, the good pricing, all those types of relationship-based things would incentivize a retailer to build a brand. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, they usually did feel double-crossed when the brand outgrew them, which so I understand that side. But you know, now it's D2C is going to tell them, you know, and people see it and they're going to come in and ask for kids. You know, the 18 to 30 crowd are going to come in and ask for, you name it, whether it's C-Bomb, Ghost, these brands that are known really big. Mm-hmm. And the store feels like, well, if I don't carry some of this, I'm going to lose a sale. And I don't know if I can flip some of these guys. Sometimes you can't.
Because there's no margin?
They want what they want.
Oh,
like, good
what you mean.
luck.
Because they've already been convinced by the internet what they want.
Yes.
Yeah, I see what you
Good
mean.
luck trying to, I'll give a shout out. Good luck to try to switch somebody off of First Form.
Yeah.
Those guys have created such a great culture there, and their people are so bought in. If someone is looking for first form and they walk in the store and you don't have it, you ain't selling them something else. They're going to go get it online. So now as a store owner, you're like, well, I have to carry that because 5 people asked for it and I can't get them on something else.
You got to think of like the tactful play on that. Yeah, you got to have those things in store because those people, at least their first time coming into their store, they're going to be looking for First Form or Ghost or whatever. They're going to buy it that one time. And only then, if you have a brand that they don't know of that potentially like exceeds the specifics of that formula and meets those customers' needs more efficaciously than that product, only then do you have the opportunity to switch them.
Yeah. And even then, it's hard, Joey.
And a lot of those brands have already set the bar so high, you're not going to find many brands that are going to compete with them on that level.
No. And a lot of the store owners will say, I'm happy making my whatever points on what they already want. I'm not going to go out of the way and try to convince them of something else for 5 extra points or the same amount of money.
Yeah.
I hear that too. They're like, Frank, these guys already come in for this. I make X amount of money on it. I don't have to raise a finger. And they're happy with that product. So why am I going to flip them to something else? So they just, they're playing cashier at that time.
So you're saying there's like a death of a salesmanship within the
In our business, what I do?
Yeah, independent specialty.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's interesting to think about because, like, almost the exact same way that the third party PR firm that was brought in house. It's the very same thing with like the distribution ship and that demand generation used to be in the hands of the distributors, and then all of a sudden that got brought in house, where the brand is now having to generate their own demand.
That's actually why I got out of it. I know we're jumping around a little bit when we talk about my career. One of the reasons, there's just 2 main reasons I got out of distribution. One, I sold a lot of species. I love the brand, and I ended up meeting them, and they wanted to hire me as their national sales manager.
Did they do direct sales to stores?
Okay, this is some.
Okay.
Some. But when I was a sales rep, back in the day, you had to have like a $5,000 order to go direct. So me as a sales rep, I was selling to my accounts, Gaspari, BSN, all these big brands, Muscle Tech. And then over the course of a few months, I noticed that they're not ordering these brands from me anymore. So I'm like, I wonder if Europa's beat my price or what the hell's going on. Why are they not ordering these? Because that would be a chunk of their order. Half their order might be Gaspari. And I would talk to guys and they're like, oh, no, I'm going direct now.
What?
And I'm like, oh, okay. And this happened with a brand and another brand and another brand. And that was 2010. Back then, I could see distribution was going the wrong way. When I saw brands starting to bring more and more people in-house for less than $5,000, for like as a major part of what they do, I said, there's no way distribution is going to be able to survive this. So I started to pivot right then and there. I'm like, this is going to die. And I pivoted there, and Species knew me. I would see them, Dave, at the events. He would pop, he'd have Jack Girls at his booth and stuff, and I would go there and buy their RTG shakes that you had to add water to. And I was selling a lot of their stuff in distribution. And so one day they were basically like, if you want to come work for us, like, you're doing a great job, we'd like to have you. So I'm like 29, 28 years old, and there's a national sales manager role there available. And that's really how I got on the brand side, is because I could see distribution was going to go the wrong way. That's the one thing that I had foresight in my career of.
So when you get on the brand side, you start doing mostly direct?
Yes. With Species, I managed both. So there was some direct, and I also managed distribution. So I managed Lone Star for us. I managed Muscle Foods for us. So I was managing the distributors and doing some direct sales.
What kind of insight did you get going from the position of being in distribution to being in that role, and all of a sudden you're kind of flipped in your relationships with your vendors all of a sudden? Now you're the vendor, and so instead of talking to them from the distribution perspective, you're being the vendor now. Did you figure out any new stuff from that?
I don't know. I never really thought about it a whole lot, now that you're asking. In what way are you thinking?
Well, it's a completely different strategy. One, you're trying to negotiate the least amount of price, and the other one, you're trying to negotiate the most amount of price.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I'm actually thinking about it.
And if you're doing direct, how do you compare against the distributor's price? Do you match the distributor's price, or do you give them a deal?
They get better pricing direct.
Yeah.
They have to order more, but they get better pricing. That's how it was. They would have to order bigger volumes.
The distributors or the stores?
The stores. The stores. If you want to go direct, the stores, you need to order X amount, and maybe you get 30% off wholesale on a brand like Species. Whereas if you ordered ones and twos from the distributor, you only get maybe 15%. That's another thing that completely changed. Back then, we protected the brands a lot more. Like, you always got the best price going direct. There was usually at least a 10-point difference. Now, some of the distributors, like, they want to sell for the same price as going direct, which to me never made a lot of sense, because if you have a guy that's, dropping 10 grand on your brand, and you have a guy over here that's dropping 500, does the guy who's ordering 500, he should be getting the same price as the guy who's pushing 10 grand?
No.
But that's what's happened now. Back then, there was a difference.
The only one who loses then is the brand in the long run.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to think about the math that is behind all this kind of stuff. Because in one scenario, you've got the brand who's giving the distribution company a deal, and the distribution company is making this amount of profit, the retailer's making this amount of profit. But the retailer all of a sudden wants to go direct, and they get better pricing. So pretty much that entire buffer that was there with the distributor is the price that they end up getting, at least from the brand itself. So that's that much more profit that they're making, where the brand is probably making the same amount.
Yes. In the end, usually in the entirety of my career, the retailer always makes the most points.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be retailers right now who are like, well, let's think about it. Distributors are operating on 15s and 20s at best. Manufacturers on their websites are making really good, but
really good.
But a manufacturer, we were selling a protein cost maybe, I don't know, what, $15, say, back then, and we were selling it for 18, 19.
Selling at retail D2C for 18, 19?
Selling to stores for that. So
okay, yeah.
And even the brands, like if you're selling direct to the store, you might make 25 to 30.
If you're giving deep discounts, yeah.
So you're making 30, the distributor's making 15. Retailer's always making close to 50. They want it to.
At least 50.
Yeah, they want 55 to 60.
So they always had the best margins. Everyone thinks the manufacturers, on certain pills and certain SKUs, you can make your 50 points and stuff like that. but it's hard.
I don't think really the manufacturers make that much on when it comes to margin. I think what manufacturers do that's very powerful is once they make a brand, have the flavor, have the formula, have the supply chain, is you make all of it and you make all of it for a long time.
Yes, it's a long game. It's volume making up for everything else.
Yeah.
But as long as I've been in the business, the retailer always carried the most margin. But they also have
Risk.
They have risk, and they have to do the job of getting it off the shelf. For me, as a brand or distributor, as a sales rep, this guy calls me up and says, "Hey, Frank, give me a case of your liver product." Okay, here's 12 liver bottles. I give him. He pays me. Transaction's done. My job was fairly easy. Now he's got to take those 12 and sell them to 12 different people and do the legwork. Back then, anyway. Now the brand has to kind of promote themselves that the thing sells itself. But back then, the onus was on the store to sell. So to me, it was always fair that the store made more money because they're lower volume and they're doing more work. I flipped that case in 10 seconds. It might take them 2 weeks.
It depends. It depends. Because, like, if you look at some retailers where they just have a warm body behind a cash register who doesn't know how to sell shit.
Oh, there's a lot of that.
Which there is a lot of. It's especially in major retailers, major specialty retailers, versus a place like Rock's Discount Vitamins. Rock's Discount Vitamins knows how to move product. All their employees are pretty well educated, and they know what every single product in that store does. They are more than just a warm body behind a cash register because they actually have opinions.
Yeah, I mean, the staff makes the difference, really. I've always said that. That's another thing. Like, you used to have, the owners were in the store, and that made a difference because people, now you see guys that are absentee owners, those are the stores that are going under a lot of times. It's hard enough for the guys who are always in the store, but back then it could be, you could have an investment, the store, and have a decent person working the desk and the counter and be all right. But, now you got the owner operator needs to be in there and have those relationships and everything else, because if you're just there, if you're not giving an experience, if you're just there selling supplements, I mean, everybody could just go on Amazon and sell and buy supplements. So it's incumbent upon the retailers now that they have to provide the experience, the service, the knowledge, in bodies, all this. It's gotten a lot harder. So all these guys that had supplement stores as like a side thing and let somebody run it, a lot of them flopped because it doesn't work.
I think that is an advantage that if retailers really wanted to take advantage of, you have to have good people that are working the store. You can't just have anybody be behind that register.
It's just hard. I mean, because it's usually a younger guy. Their life cycle of the person in the store is going to be
maybe 4 years tops.
Yeah, they're not going to be there a long time. It's a stepping stone job.
Yeah.
It really is. So it's hard to have that consistency. I mean, there's certain stores I've worked with that you educate them, you get the staff up to speed, you start to get your brand moving, well, then everybody quits. Well, okay, now I got to go back, and now we're going to start again, re-educate this next crop of people, and it's just really hard to ever get any momentum.
I always feel like that education curve is probably like the hardest part and the biggest opportunity at the same time.
Yeah, if you can get people to buy in, and they understand, for sure. I mean, it was good to have them on their side, but it is hard when there's churn, when there's just turnover, and you have to keep trying to re-educate. Again, back then, I think there was a lot more openness to the education.
Yeah.
The attention span has shrunk now too.
Oh yeah. That's the saddest part of this whole thing is no one will stand there long enough to understand.
And you have people trying to do cool things like on the ingredient side, but it's like people want innovation, they want these things, but they don't have the attention span to even understand the formula that's in front of them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. If you can tell me why this big screen TV is better than this other big screen TV, I'm like, I don't know all the magic that goes on behind that fucking screen. I mean, we might know pixels per square inch. That's an interesting thing, and how many inches it is. That might be as technical as it gets for TVs for us. But I think if the masses can understand at least two aspects of it well enough to understand why this one is better than this one, there could be hope in supplements. It's just really unfortunate because you don't get to see what we're talking about, because the entire thing of the chemicals inside of these products to what goes on inside of your body is an entirely invisible world.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I break down products, I've always tried to do it in like 2 or 3 bullet points.
Yeah.
When I present it to a retailer, because a lot of them want to know what is it? Does it taste good? How much does it cost? So when it comes down to the sales pitch, I have to pretty much condense it to 2 bullet points.
Yeah.
What makes this different? And if you don't have products that you can differentiate, and you don't have the marketing, forget it now.
What are some things that you think differentiate in today's retail landscape?
Well, there's certain categories. I mean, we talked a little, I think, about it. You have to have some kind of, especially as an emerging brand, you've got to have a competitive advantage now for retailers. There's so much of the same stuff that they see in their mind anyway, but a lot of it is similar. So there's different categories. Like if you want to get in the stores now as an emerging brand, you can try to be a price leader. You know, be one of the cheaper guys on the shelf. It's lower risk. You could have better margin than other brands. They're more motivated to sell it then. You can have better demand, which ties in with the marketing. So when people are asking for it, you know, you can charge whatever you want.
What do you think mostly drives that demand? It's like just influencers?
Yeah, you know, when I think of influencers, I always think of broccoli heads and stuff, though. But yeah, like look at Raw, for example. I mean, the best thing that ever happened there was that Dom went and got C-Bum.
No shit.
I mean, that makes the brand what it wasn't a bad brand, but nobody gets to that level without.
No one knew what Raw was before. I mean,
it was brand new when I got there, and we made some good improvements. But once C-Bum came over, but he's generational, right? He's one of one.
Yeah.
So you're not going to find another one of him.
I've said it many times.
Community, TK.
Community
culture. Like again, I go to First Form. I think those guys did it great. When people, you know, who did it good? Piana, when 5% was in. They all. It's an industry of misfits. A lot of us. You know what I mean? There's people who want to belong to something. They like a greater cause. And some of those brands that captured that essence of, I want to be part of something. I like their goals. I like what they stand for.
Cults of personality.
Yeah, I want to be something bigger than just myself. First Form has Andy's podcast. They have all these things. People are bought in to what they stand for. People buy into what Raw stands for. And now they have an endurance line. They've branched out to all different kinds of people. It's not just C-Bum.
Is that really going to translate, though? Because
not the same way.
They're going to have to find a Lance Armstrong who's not doping.
Well, at this point, I mean, they're probably doing well enough that if they don't sell a bunch of electrolyte powder, they're not going to cry about it.
I already bought his electrolyte powder.
There you go. There you go.
That's where I got this shirt.
They didn't even have Lance Armstrong yet. No, I mean, those guys did a phenomenal. I give Dom all the respect in the world. I mean, he did what he had to do to win in this industry. Anybody who talks shit wishes they were him.
Yeah.
They want to be him. That dude did what everybody in this industry comes to do. He came in, he kicked ass, he made a shit ton of money, and now he gets to do whatever the hell he has. A kid, you know, he's a dad. So, I mean, anybody who ever talks shit, because, you know, there's a lot of jealousy in this business.
They hate him because they hate him.
You just because you're not him. And I used to tell him all the time when we were there, I'm like, man, enjoy what you're doing, because like this is no one just gets to do this anymore. But a lot of it was, you know, C-Bum helped with that tremendously, honestly. So influencers, yes, but it's not just like it's hard to find a guy. Certainly, bodybuilders don't have the kind of pull they used to.
No,
you're better off with an influential mom.
Yeah,
that's doing recipes or stuff like.
Well, that's one thing that I've always said about C-Bum is he kind of transcended the idea of bodybuilding, because he's got a YouTube platform with over 1 million subscribers, and he could have done anything. He could have been a baseball player. He could have been an F1 driver. He could have been anything. He could have been a comedian. I think he just has a type of personality, and he's very relatable that people get behind.
That's the word I would say. His relatability. Yeah. And he's who he is. Like away from the camera, he's a very shy kind of guy. I mean, people don't, because I got to work with him there, obviously, and it was crazy going to events. You would see every kind of person in line, like color, creed. People would come up, and the girlfriend would be like gaga over him, and the dude would have a bro crush on him.
Yeah,
I've never seen people react like that at events. That just, it was insane. His draw was utterly insane,
and a lot of that's because YouTube, you know, just putting out the content.
So I think it's more of that than it used to be a bodybuilder. Now it's like influencers, but you have to build a brand that's got culture. If you look at all the big ones, most of them, they're culture based. I don't know how much Ghost is, but they did so
culture.
Yeah, I mean, they've kind of got their thing, but they did so well with the flavors and the energy drinks that they built a different kind of culture through their side. But that's really what it is. It's ads are good. You know, they're going to help. Visibility is going to be good. That makes a big difference. But you have to build something that people resonate with and want to be a part of. If you're just a brand selling supplements, good luck.
how is your culture going to be different than anything else that's been out there?
You have to, yeah, and it's got to. You've got to have something that stands apart. You've got to actually stand. You can't manufacture it really either. It's got to be part of. It's got to be authentic to who you are, and people read that when it's real. Like the 5% crew, that Rich was rich, and that was him, and people loved that. They gravitated towards it. So it's challenging. It's not any one thing now, but it's really dependent on visibility and relatability and trying to build a culture of being people. You got to be cool.
I mean, there are lots of brands that still exist with like just having a good product and selling it at a good margin with the good relationship.
They're still out there.
Like, I mean, there's some brands that we know, people we know that run brands that they don't have social media. Like they don't do anything.
I look at like NutriBio doesn't have big name people, and they kick ass.
Yeah, they've just been around for a while.
He played the game for 30 years.
Yeah, yeah.
He still has a road team.
He's one of the only ones that has a road team. Yes.
Yeah.
He's got like 5 or 6 reps on the road, pounding pavement all the time,
And they kill it.
and they do a great job. I love all the guys over there. I mean, I've known Dan forever, and like that's a good example of a brand that people think like, where'd they come from? It's like, dude, he was doing mail order shit in the 90s.
Yeah.
They're not an overnight success, but the way that they do things, and his play is good with the ethics and making their own stuff. Like that trusting, that people really trust their products. That's a great thing to have in your pocket. And that's what moves them. But they're like, that's a great brand.
That was their culture and their gimmick from the beginning, but it was one that had staying power.
No one saw it until later. It's kind of got overlooked for a long time. But they don't have a real big name person, but they put out, they're known for the quality of their stuff. They have a road team. They put out good products. Their margins are good for retailers. So that's a brand that's kind of like, doesn't have the big name or the influencer, but has built a culture in a different way. Their identity is through their quality and their ethics, basically. So it's, you have to find, as a brand, you have to find what makes you, and you can't play some game and try to be something you're not. And also, like I said, I'm going to keep coming back to it. You got to have the money. If you don't have deep pockets now to market properly across the board, good luck. You got to spend a lot of cash to make money D2C.
You still spend a lot of cash to do it retail too. You got.
There's no cheap way.
Yeah, you kind of gotta, and you gotta buy into the game. Is what I'm learning from my side. It's like there's all these type of people who want to get paid. They want to get broken in on some way or another, and that's totally fine. But the margins are slimmer because stuff's more expensive to make now.
Especially now.
Yeah.
I mean, right now it's brutal with protein.
Yeah. You basically lose money on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know companies who are losing money on certain flavors and other, like they're at a loss.
Like chocolate protein specifically?
Yes.
Chocolate isolate?
Yes, chocolate is a bad thing right now. Yeah. Chocolate peanut butter is not a great flavor to be selling.
Yeah.
Like our brand, Core Culture, we have a WPI 90 in chocolate.
Terrible call.
Yeah, we lose about a quarter every time it's shipped.
I know.
But that's the one people like the most.
Of course.
But we have other SKUs. Now it's all about net margin. Like, we have other SKUs that offset it where they may be profitable. So it's like if you buy a certain amount of these, but you buy a lot of these, move a lot of these, it'll offset this one. And so you have a net margin.
You have to be able to blend very well. And you can tell
margin,
in stores right now can tell who's protein heavy and who can blend margins, because the ones that are protein heavy brands, they've got no room to do deals. The ones who can sell a bunch of pills and pre's, all of a sudden they're a little more flexible on those protein prices.
I see a whole bunch of those like Muscle Sport, or what are they called? Real popular protein. Is it Muscle Sport?
Muscle Sport's got the lean way. He's got Jason Mancuso with all the different flavors.
Oh, we tried to get him on here. He needs to come on the podcast.
I talked to him yesterday.
Oh,
yeah. The Supp chef.
I'm really curious as how he does that, because I know protein's really expensive, and I see they have like a blended formula. They put like fats and things in it, so probably kind of less protein content.
They had to raise, I believe they had to raise their cost though too.
Yeah. But they're still killing it. I mean, they're like the number one selling protein in a lot of these.
His
GNCs.
flavors are phenomenal.
Yeah, they really
So
are.
that's his thing, is the flavors, cannoli flavors and Italian cookies and all these crazy things.
You don't need a culture like that when your product in its sense is like sells itself because the flavors are so good.
But even then, it's not a big margin.
No.
But that's why he's got to sell a lot.
He's got to sell a shit ton of protein. I bet he's saying, man, it'd be nice to move some more fat burning pills or pre-workouts right now in this order, because they are protein. But I mean, Jason makes some really, really good protein. Like I said, the flavors are that, but that's where people know him. You know, and he has so many flavors that if he gets in the store, I mean, he's going to get a wall of stuff.
Yeah.
If you carry half of his flavors, you're going to have an 8-foot section of his shit.
I can only imagine how much that costs in shipping. Because shipping is crazy as hell right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you manage that on the sales side?
Ugh. It's hard with retail because no retailer wants to pay the shipping.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, with Titan, it's $1,000 is free shipping. But I mean, you could have an order. I had an order that went out today. It was smaller. It was like a $700 order, but there were some gainers on it, some mass gainers. Shipping was $90. You know, and so it's hard. The shipping is not fun at all because every retailer wants free shipping. And then if you charge them shipping, they're like, "Well, you're eating up all my margin." And then on our side, it's like, "Yeah, do you see what we're paying to ship it to you for free?
Yeah,
we're losing our ass too."
Yeah,
you know. So it's usually, I mean, it's X amount is a free shipping, but it's a little dicey, you know. And there are brands who do $500 for free shipping, and sometimes it's a sliding scale, but usually it's $1,000 for us because we do sell a lot of protein. But yeah, it's not fun for either side. It's really not.
What is it that's driving up shipping right now? Is it fuel cost inflation or
Dude,
what?
I don't know. I think just people got used to it.
I think there's shit that happened during COVID. The prices never came back. You know, once things go up, who really ever brings them back down?
Yeah,
Nobody.
No, they say they will, but they don't.
Yeah. Yeah, because we've been shipping a lot of like creatine recently, and it's been like $90 for a box.
Yeah, you're losing like on that order when you do the math on margin. I'll just round them 800. Shipping alone.
I think we shipped 4 cases of creatine for $96, and they're 12
on that
creatine.
order to that guy because there was some gainers. To make sure we lost at least 10% profit on shipping.
Yeah.
10 points right out the door on shipping, gone. So, and we're not running on that fat of profits anyway. So this is it. Everybody thinks it's easy, thinks it's this easy game with supplements and, there's all this money.
How do you correct that? I mean, do you just like try and sell more next time?
You try to get some other things on there that
have higher margin.
Have higher margin to help balance that off is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, you try to get some pills on there. Again, blend this somehow. Sometimes you just eat it. If all they need is a lot of protein. Some brands have gotten away from that though too. Some brands have made it now that if you buy X amount of protein, you need to buy X amount of something else. If you only buy protein, you're paying the shipping. No matter you want to order 10 grand of protein, you're still paying the shipping.
They always say the pills pay the bills.
And they do. Yeah. So it depends on the brand, but there's no good way to do. Someone's losing, TK. At the end of the day, somebody's getting their ass beat by the shipping costs right now.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen shipping stuff on $1,000 orders well over $100. You know, that's 10% off on the gross of the order, let alone the net. I mean, it's crippling.
Yeah.
It really is. But then if you push it on the store, then they get mad, and then you just have to fight that because they don't want to lose their points either. So it's always this balancing act.
And they're fighting for that margin because, they are having to do all the work. And that's like those turns of the product on the shelf determine it'll determine your future demand and it'll determine your overall profitability if you can keep selling or not.
So how are you like building relationships with new stores? Like, are you doing that or are you basically sticking to your...
Oh, no, you always try to prospect. I mean, you never stop trying to prospect if you're worth a shit as a salesman because especially now, even if you're dealing with retail, who's here today might not be here next week. You just don't know what's going to happen because it's been a rough couple of years. I haven't been on the road as much. I was always really known as the road guy. I mean, I've been all over the country 10 times over. That was my old way of doing it. I'm still going to start traveling again. Now you could cold call, but you have to do your research before you cold call people. I like to be meticulous about that. DMing is big. Emails, okay. DMing is pretty popular. It's an easy, low-risk way. A lot of guys don't want to answer their phone. And a lot of these guys in stores are getting bombarded with 18 different... They don't even know who the hell these brands are that are calling them. So they get to the point where they're like, I don't even want to take this fucking phone call.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'd be getting a new guy on the phone could be a little... And you better have a quick, to-the-point spiel and get out of his ear, you know. And you send a brochure and some samples. So that's one thing.
Do you ever just show up to stores?
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I did most of the time in my career. Is just walk in,
Chat them up.
That's it. You know, a corner.
Better have some free shit with you.
Got to have samples, and at least got to have a sample bag. You don't just walk in empty-handed. You might as well just stay in the car. I never believe in. It's like going to the party. You better at least bring a bunk cake or something.
Yeah,
to the family gathering. You got to something's got to be in there. But so yeah, I most of my career, like I never made appointments. I walked right in cold and had the confidence that. The funny thing is, Tik, I never wanted to be in sales. When I think of salesman, it's kind of a dirty word.
Yeah.
So I was always more of the relationship. Like the first time I'm in there, I'm talking about everything. I got to know, are my products even good for this guy? What are this guy's needs? What's his pain point? Where's he getting his ass kicked? Can I even help this individual? Before you start pitching, you got to read the room, look at the shelves, what's he carrying? There's so much that a good rep's got to do first before you even go into the sales. I mean, there'd be half an hour. Sometimes we wouldn't even talk about anything sales related. You know, sometimes I'd end up leaving stuff. Yeah. Here's a highlight of a couple of our products, and you just have to know, you have to be able to read the room pretty fast.
Yeah.
So, because there were stores who were very insistent upon having appointments sometimes.
Because like you want to talk to a manager, somebody who has buying power,
and that's the risk of walking in cold. You might miss the owner or the purchaser. But yeah, that most of the time, like I didn't really make. Once I met the people, they knew me. I don't have to make appointments anymore. But most of my time was walking in cold. Now I know a lot of the guys, so that when I can walk in and it's no big deal. But I guess it was kind of ballsy. But back when things were hot, dude, I would go into a store and there'd be 3 reps in there. There'd be the Dimetized rep. There'd be somebody else. It was common. It was like a doctor's office. I'd have to wait for somebody to get done. So it was common. You used to be able to walk in. Then there got to a point where they got so busy they didn't really want to see reps, but they would talk to me because they liked me. And now it's kind of to the point where no one sees anything. So if you go back in now, you probably have a good chance of getting some play because they don't see anyone anymore. They'll be like, Frank, I haven't seen anybody in 6 months. Because again, the road teams, like me and Joey talked about, they've all been eliminated.
Since COVID.
You know, they just weren't paying, when they broke everything down, they just weren't covering their own salaries anymore.
Yeah.
The math didn't math out on paper, and a lot of guys lost their jobs. Now, were a lot of them living off of but there were some good guys too that unfortunately lost their gigs. And now you have someone like me who's got a fancy title, which I couldn't give a shit about. I mean, you can call me the janitor, just pay me, let me do my job well. But you have a guy like me who's a president or VP or whatever, and they're doubling as a road guy. The road rep itself, don't really see it. NutriBio.
So let's say you owned your own brand. Like, how would you do it?
What's your strategy?
Now that you've seen it from distribution, you've seen it from the sales side, you have a little bit of experience about R&D.
Well, I could never because I don't have the money to play the game. Now, if I had a backer with lots of money, to have my own brand, first off, I'd have to partner with a manufacturer, most likely. That would have to be the play because I don't have a lot of liquid. And not like that. Not to do it right.
How much money do you think it costs?
It's to do it right. I mean, to have the whole marketing team, it's without even staff.
So many people that listen to this podcast are people who are either in the game or they want to get in the game.
Or starting in the game.
So like, how much money do you think?
I've heard a lot of different, well, I mean, if you, say you're going to come out with.
Your whole thing is independent retail, right? If you were going to start in independent,
but ultimately now you better get your ass in GNC or Vitamin Shop and stuff too. Like you need those. Those have to be part of your game plan for retail now. Just specialty is not going to. You can't make the money that we used to make because there's less of these stores, and there's a lot of these stores now. They're this. You used to be able to walk in and put stuff on the shelf because it was available. Now because of the brands that are in demand. Half of the guy's store is already spoken for.
Yeah, it's Muscle Sport and NutriBio.
Yeah, and then the big guys, all these big guys. Yeah. So they've got half to 60% of the store locked up. Now you have 100 of us all fighting for 40% of the store. So it's really hard. You need to do everything now to make money. You need your D2C to move. You better have your Amazon moving. You better have your specialty moving, and you better get with some franchises that can win. What would I do?
Every single one of those are pay to play. You got to pay all of them.
This is what I mean. Like, if you don't have 7 figures, I don't know that you can really make it a long-term push. That's what you really want to have for staff, for marketing. I mean, I know guys who start on 50, 100. Okay, you can run stuff for that. Okay, so say you're going to make a pre-workout. You want to make 2 flavors to start, just a pre. Okay, so you're going to run 1,000 of each at $15. Say a pop for the pre-workout. Well, 15 times 2,000 is 30 grand just for your pre. You could make it on those types of numbers to make product.
That doesn't include design.
Right.
That
See,
doesn't
guys like
include
you.
somebody who builds a website for
Shipping.
you. Shipping, all that stuff. That doesn't.
I think it takes hundreds of thousands. I could be wrong.
No, I agree with you. I was
it's-
just wondering what your opinion
I think
was.
the closer you get to seven figures, the better chance you have. And the guys who are growing a lot in the business, if you look around, they all have money. Mm-hmm. They all had money.
Well, what
for
I
most
find
part.
is the ones that are successful have some sort of, they got some sort of play in the game. Either it's money,
They know people.
either it's manufacturing, it's their vertical integration. Maybe they're ad or Amazon or web people. Maybe they're old school sales guys who have relationships.
Or they got a broccoli head with a big following.
Yes. So like they got something.
Yeah, because you look at like
I don't think you can just come in here with nothing.
no, especially like the ones that have the IT side. Like you have the guys out in Vegas, Supps. They're not in
Yeah.
any stores. They're selling. I'd like to do their numbers.
Yeah.
They do really like. There's brands people never even heard of that are D2C only that are kicking ass.
Yeah. I mean, our label printer prints us their stuff, and I know their numbers are good.
They're very good. They're kicking ass.
We got to fight with them for line time all the time. So
You know, you got people like them, and you got to have an advantage somewhere to come in. And I think just dealing with stores, I think you got to build your D2C out first. You've got to create demand because stores are just risk averse right now. Mm-hmm. They just don't really want to buy into brands that no one's ever heard of.
yeah, but I mean, the double-edged battle axe of this thing is like if you price it too low on D2C, then you're pissing off your retailers.
Well, that's the line you have to straddle.
so you kind of have to like
Yeah, you have to be sensible
you have
with
to inflate your price on direct consumer a little bit
Yeah.
in order to make it look attractive in retail.
Yes. Yeah, I mean that's what we always a lot of the brands always made their sites more expensive to protect retailers.
But then you can do discounts through email and stuff like that.
There's ways to do it.
Yeah.
That's what pissed a lot of retailers off. There are ways, and again, I'm going to go back to NutriBio. I think they do a good job. They are in a lot of places outside of stores. They do well everywhere, but they straddle that line really well. They don't do things to whore out and screw up the retailer margins, but they still offer good enough deals that they can pull D2C numbers well. It's a fine line. It's a very fine line to cross.
So back to it. If you were to do it, how would you do it? Would you go find a buddy of yours who's
I'd have to find somebody who knows marketing really well, IT side. I would try to build out D2C.
Algorithms.
First. That's the first thing you're going to have to do. I would definitely lean on my relationships and get it and try to work in the stores too. But to be store exclusive is suicide. I mean, you have to get some demand going. Something's got to be
the funny
different.
thing is when I talk to marketing and ad people, like we work with the Vision Group on a lot of projects. TVG guys, shout out. Remember Patrick? He was on and a lot of our listeners have gone over there and worked with them. And it's still expensive. You still got to play that game. Like you have to come in with an ad budget. Those ad budgets are not small.
No. I mean, when I was at Ron Revive, we were spending six figures a month marketing early on.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you really want to play that game and do the testing and
that's why I'm saying 7. I think it's closer. You got to have 7, or you better have a backer with. You got to have I think you got to have close to $1 million to try to build it out.
This is bullshit because Insane Labs exists.
Yeah, but they came in before. there's like a grandfather clause, I think. Like
They don't do marketing, and they're such a shitty brand.
But they're the price leader.
They are.
The marketing
They're
was
cheap,
people
and their
like-
margins.
What's his face that owns it? I remember him when I was with Lone Star. God, his name is
I've never met him.
the owner. I remember when he was doing La Cheek Nutrition. Dustin LeBlue.
Yeah.
I was at Lone Star, and he was doing 3-in-1s and stuff, trying to get La Cheek Nutrition going. That was his original company.
I remember that.
And hats off, he got into the manufacturing side. They put that AMPA berry in every freaking product.
Yep.
And they hit a niche because with the clowns and listen, most brands wish they could be them too for the last fucking decade.
Who's gonna buy a pre-workout with a clown on it? Apparently, a lot of fucking people.
Everyone, but it was you know what? The margins were so good.
And then Bucked Up comes along and puts a buck on it.
Yeah, that's just as cheesy though.
Yeah.
And back then, like Bucked Up wasn't doing any.
They were the deer antler brand.
Yeah, it was just silly. Here's a deer, and maybe if you hunt, you might identify with this product for bodybuilding.
They went really hard with ambassadors though too. Bucked Up, everybody was an ambassador.
Still is.
There were people slinging that shit out of their trunk. I mean, they had everybody, but sometimes it's weird what sticks.
Yeah.
It's just, there's no real rhyme or reason. Shit just sticks. With Insane Labs, I get it. It was really strong and
Really cheap.
it was really cheap. When they first came out, it was like a $10 pre-workout, and stores were selling it for $30. They're making it for $4, selling it for $10. It goes to store, so they're more than doubling their money. The store is more than doubling their money. Everybody won. Like it's really simple.
No marketing.
No spend.
So what you're saying is you
influencer.
need to have a cheaper formula, not a more expensive one.
It's what kills me is I always am drawn to the really more expensive premium brands.
Everyone is.
I love them, but
do you
man,
want to pay $59.99, $64.99 for
that's the problem.
Do you?
No.
No, you don't have to.
Right.
There's a clown over here that says you don't.
And that's the thing. Everybody wants
Well, I mean,
innovation.
he works for a supplement
I know,
company,
I'm
so
just-
he
well, once you're behind the curtain and you know
Yeah.
what some of it costs,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
protein, it's like, oh, I can't pay full price.
Yeah.
But everybody wants innovation and they want this and they want that. But then when it's time to pay for it, they grimace and their ass puckers up. It's like, well, you can't buy a Cadillac for a Mazda price.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You get what you pay for a lot of times.
Joey, I mean, how do you even innovate in these categories anymore? You're the guy.
I'm actually inspiring myself to do like an Insane Labs kind of product as I'm sitting here like, those guys got it.
We're working on a
figured out.
project with some guys, great guys. I love them. It's called Mad Supp, and it's a monkey. And it's like the similar thing. It's the bucked up, it's the insane.
Yeah.
It's the same model. And I think it could be super lucrative, but I'm wondering what differentiates. I mean, it's got to taste good, but ultimately the price has got to be right.
The price has to be right. Having a character attached to it is
Yeah.
something that people can recognize. And like Panda, everybody knows Panda
Yeah.
because of the panda that's on there. And the formulas are good. I'm not saying I like the brand, but
Well, the thing about Panda, it's the same old tale where like they
They're
kind
drop
of
culture. They're collabs and drop culture.
right. But when they started, there was some illicits,
Yeah.
I think, in the
Some non-compliant ingredients.
some non-compliance and the stimulants. I don't think they do that anymore.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, you know how it is. If we didn't involve illicit money or steroid money, the industry would have never gotten started. I think most of the distributorships and everybody else were.
Yeah.
It was contraband money.
yeah, it's funny how many brands have like side SARM brands. A lot of them do.
Oh God, yeah, and underground, fake Ozempic
Well,
and all kinds of
I
shit.
was thinking about this like on my ride over, and like as long as there has been like the high ground, your legacy brands, your NutriBios, your trust, your quality, your all that. And I think about this a lot because I how I'm all about like regulations and everything and like trying to understand the industry and better it. There's always been this underground.
Always, it's like.
And and I think about the rotation of the
But
just
that
the
underground
employees.
keeps like the mom and pop shop alive.
Absolutely.
But who buys the underground? Who wants the underground? Who believes in the clown magic?
Firemen,
No.
policemen,
People that are young and they're first getting into the industry.
18-year-olds.
The ones that don't know any better. We're talking like the 18 to 22 or the maybe even like 16 to 22-year-old demographic. We're like, this is the good stuff.
Yeah, but they're
right
buying their
here.
stuff on TikTok now.
Perhaps, but
Yeah, they're
they
buying Rise now.
They don't have credit cards.
Echovision. They got their parents.
Yeah, I mean that is a possibility.
It's not about having credit cards. It's just about being attached to Dad's Apple Pay or something like that.
Yeah, and then that whole segment is completely different too. With,
Yeah.
buying through TikTok and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's killing even Amazon sales.
yeah.
Like that energy drink you had, those guys are almost exclusively TikTok.
They are exclusively. They moved completely off of all the retail, and
They're not in Walmart or Vitamin Shop. They're all TikTok.
they were in both of them, and they had a big national DST deal with convenience, and I think they pulled out.
So to only go on TikTok, I see them launching new flavors all the time, and I'm like,
Yeah.
the only time I'm going to get to try that is
Keely
by going
basically
and
has a
doing the
full-time
podcast.
job just doing all their art. I mean, she worked all day on their stuff. So like they figured it out on TikTok.
If you can dominate one area, I mean, it's good. But
To me, it's crazy because it's beverage and it's heavy. But
beverage is so competitive.
yeah,
it's really hard.
No, they're figuring it out.
I still have faith in retail. I think that there is.
So do I. Look, with the core culture, my brand, like we're all in on GNC, and we've got a strategy going into it. And all these things you're telling me, it's like, oh man, this sucks because everything you're saying is true, and I know it is because I'm living through it right now. But like, you can still build the book of business, and unfortunately, you have to grow out of it.
You can do well. It depends on what your goal is. Do you want to do 10 to 15 million? You can get to there with the specialty
We're
in retail.
vertically integrated, so like part of it's we want to make more product.
The guys who
our
blow
facility.
up now are doing foods and beverages at some point.
Right.
That's what really makes people blow up is when they
Yeah.
get into the consumables.
Yeah.
That's the brownies.
Yeah.
Energy drinks is so freaking played out. But I mean, if you can hit it right, I mean,
Doesn't have to be energy drinks.
no, you've got the THC. I mean,
Joey's over here getting lit.
one of my friends in the industry, Max, is doing the nootropic coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting that going. That's something that may do very well. That's a niche little thing. I mean, that's how you get
are
big.
you saying if you could make a brand, you wouldn't make a brand?
No, if I wanted to make a brand, I would have made a brand by now. I would have made my own. I had the opportunity before. I had a manufacturer come to me and want to, but I'm aware. It's like Socrates, the wisest man is he who knows he doesn't know. I know my limitations, and I would have to have some really, really good people that would have to make a lot of money around me.
If you had all that money, like you said, to launch the brand, would you go back to Would you go back to like independent specialty, or would you try and hit something else?
I would try to build D2C first. That would be first. Build demand. And then at the same time, because I have the relationships, lean on the stores, make sure my pricing protects them. But you have to have it all. You really do. You've got to have the specialty stores. You've got to have your GNCs and vitamin shops. You've got to have some international sprinkled in. That's a whole other area that.
Do you deal with that at all?
I have in the past. Not a ton now, but I have before. I've sold international with some brands. And listen, there's brands that survive just on international.
Yep.
Oh, I know.
Ronnie Coleman kills it overseas. Jay Cutler kills it overseas.
Nutrex is huge international.
Nutrex always was big overseas. They're doing a better job in the U.S. though.
Yeah.
Since Waldron came in and there's some things changed, I see them on a lot more shelves. They're getting aggressive. I got to give those guys credit too. They've done a nice job.
Ed buys it. He's a Lipo 6 guy.
Yeah, I think their IsoFit protein's good. The banana is good.
Yeah.
So you've got to have it all. But I would do the both two-pronged. I would go hard with D2C and on the phone a lot with all my relationship guys that I've been sold to for the last 17 years.
Tell me the story of the last time that you went into a brick and mortar specialty, like independent retailer, and you were impressed and you just caught some buzz and you were like, I have to be in this store.
Oh.
What are some impressive stores nationally?
You have your big guys that of course, Vegas Discount is very well known.
BDN and then Rocks.
BDN and Rocks does a really good job. Supplement Giant's always been really good to me in Colorado and Wichita, Kansas. They've got, I think, 12, 13 stores.
They have good employees.
They tend to.
I like going into these retailers like this, and there's a lot of people that are in there. The employees are busy, and they're actually like talking to some of these people, and it's a buzz.
I'm trying to think, because again, I haven't been on the road as much lately. I mean, there's a lot of good stores. I'm just trying to geographically think of who really impresses me. There's actually a store that I visited in New Braunfels
Really?
that you would never probably think of or whatever, called Stoic Nutrition. He's got a really nice little store. Very clean, done up nice, well stocked. I was impressed when I went in there. The guy didn't buy from me, but I'll give him a shout out on this thing. He's got a nice store in New Braunfels, Texas, of all places. You
You want to check that out on our way out to West?
Try and sell some
culture. Good, nice guy. He has a nice store in there, like clean, and it looked good. Like he's good. I'm trying to think of who else.
Matt Burstecker has a cool store in Pennsylvania. The Built.
You still have it?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Built.
It's called Built.
Lancaster.
Oh, Lancaster. Yeah. Well, you got and up there is also Matt with House of Gains.
Yeah, they're in the same town. They two Mats. They both hate each other.
It's usually how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually everybody in the same town hates each other. They don't want you selling to the other guy and all that shit.
Yeah. But the House of Gains is a nice spot.
He does. Matt's done a great job with his stores. Of course, and you've got your Natural Body up there in New York and the Cape Cods up in Boston area. I'm trying to think. I'm just kind of thinking of going around the country.
Natural Body was one that got me.
Yeah. They do really good product education.
Steve is. I mean, he's been in the business for almost 30 years.
He runs an institution.
Yeah.
There is a certain expectation that those employees have.
Yes.
And Tim really helps drive that home.
Oh, for us, with Titan, we do really well. S2.
Yeah.
I mean, supplement superstores kill it.
Don't y'all do pretty well with gyms and stuff?
Well, yeah, with some gyms, we have a sister line too.
The Driven
Nutrition brand that
Yeah.
does well with CrossFit boxes. That was made for more CrossFit.
Yeah.
So I don't sell to those places, so I don't know about the boxes. But I'm trying to think about like other places that were really good. I mean, Texas has got a lot, but I'm trying to think of who's. Louis down the border, Shaq. I've done business with him forever.
Have you ever gone to TFN Nutrition in Austin?
I don't think so.
It's run by this former German Olympian. Her name's Yvonne Graham. She is fucking brilliant, and she runs a bit of an institution out of her.
Really?
Place. Yeah.
There's never been a lot in Austin brick and mortar. Rox has a store around there. There was a smoothie factory that I think went under.
Yeah, what got bought by Rocks.
Yeah.
Yes. And then
I think Vitamin Shop kind of has the whole Austin.
they do.
Yeah.
And there's certain pockets in the country that it's a Vitamin Shop owned area, and people just don't do much in those particular spots. Up in the Northeast, Patrick does pretty well at Aries Nutrition there in New Jersey. He's a Jersey Shore Supplements. Jersey Shore does very well. They run a good operation.
So you never pop into these places anymore, or is it just a matter of money? Because it costs money to get there.
Yeah, it's expensive. I mean, whenever I do trips, I would always, figure out exactly how much it costs and try to run as low budget as I could. And you've got to sell X to cover that trip. And as it gets more and more expensive, it gets harder. So the budgets for travel isn't as big as it used to be. So I haven't been traveling as much the past year. But I mean, I don't know.
What does a typical day look like? You just call people, say what's up.
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah. You call them, text them, DM them, email them. It depends. Yeah, just get them up to speed on what we have going on, new stuff that's coming out, deals we're running, service the people, obviously, that we already have, make sure that they're happy.
What percentage of your time is prospecting?
I mean, damn, right now, my guys are pretty much set. Half.
Really?
Yeah, I spend a lot of time scrolling around looking for things. I'm still always trying to dig out because don't forget, a lot of guys have closed again in the last year or two. So all those guys I had, they've got to be replaced now by new people. So I'm digging in there trying to find where are there new stores that I've never heard of. Talking to somebody like Caleb from Frontline, who you had. Me and him are close, and we'll throw each other leads. I'll tell him, hey, such and such open, take it out. He'll do the same thing for me. So. And that's one thing I've always tried to do in my career is try to help other reps. It's people sometimes like they're my customers, like they hoard them. I've always tried, whether it's trying to get somebody a job, help somebody with an account. I always feel like there's enough business to go around for everybody.
You got to be neighborly.
And that's why maybe I've lasted and guys like me. I haven't been cutthroat like a jerk off. I will, and I post when I was in stores, I would post pictures of me and a store owner that was carrying our stuff. And I know all the reps follow me and they're looking at that. And I'm opening up to them to see who I sell to. There are reps who will never, they'll keep it a secret. They won't show the store. They'll just show the product. Like, they don't want anyone to know who they're selling to. And I was always like, if you sell your stuff in the store, it does not mean that I'm not selling to them anymore. I'm not that insecure about the product. If my product line is what I think it is, it's going to stick.
There's definitely like an old head fraternity, which I think it has some merit to it.
So I'll do that. I'll talk to Caleb, or I'll talk to Joey at AD, or some of the older guys that I know and whatnot, and be like, "What are you hearing?" So indirectly or directly, prospecting is probably close to half because my customer base. Maybe not quite half because some guys will have you on the line for an hour and a half chewing.
That's true.
So there's that.
That's true.
When I take that into account, maybe it's more like 40%. Because some guys, I'm their shrink as well as their sales rep.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't get paid shrink rates. I mean, I do that shit for free. But yeah, it's generally, it's more time because you've always got to be digging for more. Like, you can't ever think you've made it. And now no one's making it. Except for those top couple brands that are really killing it. We're all scrapping. We're in the mud every day trying to dig out every sale you can, every account you can. We're working harder. I'm working harder than I ever have right now at times for less money than I was making at Raw when we were rolling, and store owners are in the same boat. We're working twice as hard for 70% of the pay.
Yeah.
But if you want to survive, there's no room to rest on your laurels now. So prospecting is big, and then you got to keep coming back to these guys and pitch them and pitch a deal, and sooner or later, you hope that you can get in the doors. And then the trick of that, the other hard part is I can sell somebody something as a sales rep, but where it can get touchy is like now they've got to sell it.
Got to make it move.
And that's where the brand has to do their part. I can put it on the shelf. I can't sit there and set up a table and sell the shit out of their store for them. So
You don't have any like training tips or anything like that?
what, for how to sell it? Oh, sometimes you talk to staff. Yeah, I mean, a lot of our stuff isn't like that complicated. You know, I mean, again, we're using proper dosages and some patented ingredients. We're making good products, but you know, like certain NMN is getting in bigger now, so I talk to people more about that. And no matter what it is, I always try to give them what makes it, how to sell this. Here's 2 things that you can use to try to sell this. So yeah, I mean, there's always going to be the education component, but you have to keep on them and hope that they can. But again, it's up to the brand to some extent to create demand, because store owners generally, if they're going to try to push a brand, most of them are going to say, "Fuck it, I'm going to make my own brand and push that." Yeah. That's been hard.
No, they come to me. I talk to them all the time.
You're making their labels. They want their shit.
He's part of the problem.
Thank you.
I do charge them the psychiatry charge. There's a shrink charge.
Well, I need to know what your rates are and
He
start doing it
literally has
myself.
a part of his business called therapy.
It is.
Yeah, brand therapy. We did it.
You did it.
Yeah, we did it at Titan. So that's part 2, and that's where the branding and that's where the money, TK, and the marketing and all that comes in.
Yeah.
If anyone expects retailers to do what they did 10 years ago to move your stuff, you're probably sadly mistaken.
Yeah.
A lot of them, if they're going to move something, they've got their own creatine, they've got their own pump product, they've got their own. So now you're competing against the house too. It's friggin' challenging. You've got to do everything right and have the money to play ball, to really get it churning.
I still believe in retail to some degree, and I think that there's something there. There's an opportunity that when I see decline, I also see opportunity. So I'm just trying to figure out, where is the white space to help this? What is it? Is it margin? Is it product? What is it?
Experience.
You know, Joey thinks that, and I don't blame him, that there's a huge opportunity for like low income supplements that are like efficaciously dosed.
Fascinated with Dollar General.
Yeah, like
if you can make something that's respectable for a very low cost, well, that's Insane Labs, but it wasn't that respectable.
No, wasn't respectable. That was the problem.
But if you can make something, but look, the money they made, I would love to be them.
Yeah,
if you can make something that's half decent,
I would like to respectfully make
something
my money.
that actually helps people and not is the. Like that's a pre-workout, right? Like that pre-workouts just
I
stimulants.
don't even use them, to be honest with
exactly.
you.
Like
I use a pump.
We're
That's
talking
it.
about like products that truly can
Wellness, health, nootropics.
longevity,
vitamin D,
yeah, like,
vitamin C.
yeah,
Oh, well, yeah.
Super simple.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff. It's not that I don't believe in retail. If I didn't believe in retail, I wouldn't still be selling to retailers. This is what I've done my whole career. I just am realistic about the changes and the challenges that have gone on, and I am open about what they are. Because anybody who's on the road and has done this for a while,
Well, that's why it's important to ask.
I'm pragmatic.
Guys. Yeah, it's important to ask guys like you, like.
It's more difficult, TK. That's all.
Okay.
It's not that it's impossible.
Well, if you're in the mud, like you're dealing with it, what can be done to fix it?
Motivational speaking for retailers.
I don't know.
It's hard for a lot of them because these guys have been around a long time.
You think they're too stuck in their ways?
Some of them are still talking about the
good old days, huh?
Yeah, I know. There are some guys. It's like
fucking TikTok.
Glory days. It reminds me of, and I don't mean this to be derogatory. Like I said, I love my guys, but if I call shit out when I see it, if it's me, I want someone to call me out. But they'll be like, it's like the guy who's at the bar with the Letterman's jacket on from high school, and he's 45.
Yeah,
and you're hearing the Glory Days stories. It's like, dude, fucking. It's not coming back. You know, these pro hormones aren't coming back that way. You're not going to sell those anymore.
We are never
Haladrol
going
is
back.
gone. Superdrol is gone.
1,3-dimethylmalone.
1,3 is gone. DMHA in most cases is gone. Those bottles that you're selling of injectable GLP-1, be careful because you might get busted for those soon. It's, you know what I mean? They're burnt out. Some of them. They're just. They've been dragged through the mud for 15, 20 years of retail. And again, it's that I'm working harder for less money. they're just beat up. It's everything that is a grind now. You 10 years ago, you open up a store, you open your doors, you were having $1,500 days very, very quickly, easily. Now, you know, you're lucky if you get 800, that same guy, 900. So he's like,
That's a good day.
what the hell am I, how do I fix? No one knows. You've got to have experience. You got to provide an experience. You got to give someone a reason to get off their ass, drive to your store, and yank that door open and come in your store.
Well, obviously, like Vegas Discount rocks. They've figured some stuff out.
Oh yeah, they have events like they cultivate their own culture. It's not the culture of the brand; it's the culture of the community, their local community,
Their city,
at that
yeah.
level.
Culture matters exponentially. It really does. It matters whether you're a
We're
store
going
or
to keep
brand.
coming back to that.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be the same thing. Like if you're a store and you're not creating a culture in your store, you have nothing for your customers to cling to.
No, and again, the guys who are growing, like your S2s, I mean, it's a cultural thing. Steve had a culture up there in New York. Most of the big retailers I think of, it's an experience. You know, they're not just sitting behind the desk and someone comes in and they go, say nothing, and the guy's like, where's your protein? They point. If you do that as a store owner or the clerk in the store, you're done. People are just going to go somewhere else. Most likely, you're going to get it off Amazon.
Yeah.
Prime, it's going to be delivered by the next morning. They never have to get off their couch or get out of their underwear. You've got to give people a reason to come in there. That's why, brands that cater to stores, I wish they would carry more of the brands. Like Titan's one of them. You know, we really put a lot of stock and education into the retail stores to protect them and make the product, you know, more viable. But it's like they want the best of all worlds sometimes. It's like, well, we don't want you to be, we want demand, but we don't want you all over either. It's like well, how are we going to have it? You can have one way or the other. Either we build demand and it sells itself and you're competing against certain things on the internet or whatnot, or there's no demand and you build it and you're the only place that can get it pretty much exclusively.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you really got to be a good salesman if my brand is going to be your best kept dirty little secret that, you know, that people find out about.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's, you know what I mean? Like it's certainly not dead. There's still millions of dollars available in retail by far. It's just the challenge has changed a little bit. And I think the pockets have to be deeper now. Because all the guys that grow pump so much money into the marketing side. They really do. Even sampling properly and shakers and all that back end promo shit. I think that could be 6 figures worth of stuff by the time you get done. You know, you run a couple thousand shakers, samples. Good luck sampling protein now.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, every packet's a couple dollars. It's like throwing dollar bills around. So it's just become more e-commerce centric. Certainly more pay to play, and you need deeper pockets. 10 years ago, 10 years ago, I was doing it. I was with AD.
Yep.
Joe was the sole owner, bootstrapped that brand by himself. And within a year, we had it to 7 figures, going all over the country. And can you do that now? I don't know. I'm not seeing anybody doing it the old school way, just walking in the stores and shaking hands. They've got to have some D2C. They've got to have Amazon. They've got to have other things going because of the dynamics. Like I said, once COVID happened, man, it changed a lot with retail.
Oh, it just
it closed a lot of guys and
changed a lot of the world.
It changed the game permanently in a lot of different sectors. It really did.
Yeah.
And it hurt us. And then we come out of that and things are good for a minute. And then you're almost like, and we were in a semi-recession right after that. So that kicked stores' asses. So it's just been, stores in general. I'm not just saying supplement stores. Look around at malls.
Yeah.
Look at retail, just retail in general, clothing stores, restaurants. They're getting their ass kicked.
I saw a video on Reddit today about nobody's in Las Vegas.
I used to live there. Did you see how empty it is now? They're down 20%.
Yeah. And
Too expensive.
It's the economy too.
Yeah. Well, then idiots are out there. $50 for parking, $25 for a bottle of water. I mean, you deserve to get kicked in the ass. You're doing that stuff with people.
I think it's also kind of cultural because, like, I don't really care to gamble. I don't think a lot of my generation does.
I lived there in Trump Tower for a year and a half. I had a condo there. I very rarely gambled.
I just don't think that's.
I'm a bad loser. I get pissed off. I go to play roulette. And then when I lost $200, I'm like, well, I could have done this, this, and this with that money.
If I'm gonna gamble now, I'm gonna like buy crypto.
The odds are better. The odds are a lot better. Yeah.
All right, piss break and come back and do some what? That's bullshit.
We got more stuff.
All right. We'll be back.
All right, folks, this episode is brought to you by the Future Nutri Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization for the nutraceutical industry. Imagine a world where every dietary supplement you take is safe, effective, and scientifically validated. At the Future Nutri Foundation is not just a dream, it's our mission. We're dedicated to transforming the nutraceutical industry through rigorous scientific research, comprehensive education, and unwavering advocacy for public health and safety. But we can't do it alone. Your support can make a real difference. With your donation, we can drive innovation, ensure regulatory compliance, and provide the public with the reliable information that they need to make informed health choices. Join us in our quest to create a healthier tomorrow. Visit futurenutri.org and make your donation today. Together, we can build a future where trust in dietary supplements is a given, not a question. The Future Nutri Foundation, science, safety, and a healthier tomorrow. Thank you for your support. And we're back.
Well, I'd like to do that one off audio since I'm also questioning my own product.
Okay. Hold on. Just let him come back and we'll do it officially.
I'm asking that because I don't want to shit on my own, but that's a legit question.
Well,
I don't know how. I'm not a huge.
Look at it this way: 5 grams of creatine in a pre-workout is quite a value add, right? Because then you don't have to go buy your individual creatine, which is great. But are you going to take your pre-workout every single day like you're supposed to take creatine? Are you an already loaded person who's already done your 5 grams of creatine for multiple days on end, and you're saturated already, and you just want to maintain your creatine? Then 5 grams of creatine might be what you want in your pre-workout. You could take even more creatine than that. So you're buying this pre-workout and you're getting a regular creatine and you're like, fuck that. I'm going to have 10 grams. And you throw in another scoop of your regular creatine in there. Then there's the people who are already saturated and they believe in the 3 grams of creatine a day dose. So they're only putting 3 grams in their pre-workout. So there's very different people that would buy that. Other people are like, no, keep that shit out of my pre-workout because I've got this creatine over here. Maybe I got a flavored one. Maybe I've got creatine plus leucine or God knows whatever the fuck. You know, there's a lot of reasons like.
And I always think for stores, they like selling 2 things.
Of course they do. Of course they do. And creatine's so cheap. You know, you can get grandma on fucking creatine these days.
Yeah.
That's our whole core culture play with the creatine that we're doing with BQQ.
Yeah, grandma loves creatine.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's tough because the market now, the citrulline, they always want more. 3 grams is going to be like, you need at least 6.
How much is that one?
3.
It's clinically substantiated at 3, but it's also clinically substantiated at 10. So there's quite a gap there.
Beta-alanine's 2. Everyone's obsessed with 3.2. I'm talking about consumers, the lay consumer. I have no problem with some of this, but I know what people are going to say.
Yeah.
Because they've been programmed.
That's not the clinical dose about an alanine.
Yes.
What about the mushrooms?
There's mushrooms. Keep going.
Cordyceps, that's good.
I like cordyceps.
PKTP at 400.
That goes well with cordyceps.
That's good. Alpha GCP at 300. They like to see 500 to 600 on that one usually.
That's why it.
So this product is called Formula 21. It's from a brand called Secret Weapon.
Yeah.
New brand. So that's their first product.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Just came out a week ago.
So little sodium bicarb, okay. Lion's Mane at 250. I see what they're doing.
It's supposed to be like an all-in-one sort of thing, I think.
It is a solution for a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to sell in retail.
What's it retailing at? Do you
I have
know?
no clue.
You want me to Antiques Roadshow this shit and give you an appraisal?
Yeah. What do you think it should be sold at?
I don't know. Let me take a look.
Two stores or two customers?
Both. Because they probably are searching for a retail strategy right now. Who knows? Big old scoop.
That is a fat scoop. What are we looking at?
You like the label? The label looks good.
Yes.
22 servings with a roughly 18-gram scoop. I'm going to scoop and a half or a scoop and a quarter this because I believe in indulgence.
Well, you should go by what the label says.
I should go by what the label says, but, you know, I want that flavor to slap me in the face a little.
Okay, I'll do a scoop. It's got infinity. That's pretty badass.
That's a popular one.
That's the label, y'all, right there.
It's a sick label.
Yeah.
Is that hollow on the foil?
Yeah. Well, that's also some of the slight bouncing, but Forrest designed it.
Oh, it's just that's just what's the word I'm looking for? The background when it's just shiny metal.
Yeah.
Metallic backing.
knockout. So we're gonna give it a shot, see what it tastes like.
There's a nose on this. Is this just, what is this, Blue Raz or what?
Electric Berry Bliss. These guys are out
Fuck
of
with my mind.
These guys are out of Costa Rica, so they're mostly selling it in Costa Rica.
Okay.
For Costa Rica, this is a fucking awesome product.
No, this is like a hit.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen the products in Costa Rica. Are
Yeah,
you kidding
that
me?
changes. That's significant. I didn't know that. That significantly alters the you know what I
This
mean?
is a United States product, but like this shit is drugs in Costa Rica.
Very good for Costa Rica.
Yes.
Let me see that tub again.
How should taste?
Giving her a solid 6, but I'm about to crack open the whole thing on the flavor.
Okay.
C from Rose Hips, bold. Got vitamin D3, okay. P5P, love it. Methylcobalamin, love it. Dimagnesium malate, it's a high yield magnesium on that one. It's a very good choice for this kind of thing. And we got some pink Himalayan salt. We got 5 grams of creatine, 3 grams of citrulline. I'm not complaining. The beta alanine at 2 grams, I guess, is because they just don't like the tingles, or they're being sensitive to people who don't like the tingles. That's the only reason why I would think 2 grams of beta alanine. But it's also something for them to feel as they're taking the pre-workout.
And maybe like cost driving sort of thing. They were like, we could do a little
No
bit more
fucking
of this
way.
and-
No fucking way, dude. Not beta alanine at 2 grams. That shit's like less than $5 a kilo. Like, that is
Yeah, it's super cheap,
Not
Ross.
a major factor here.
That gram is probably a few cents.
Yeah. So tyrosine a gram, I love that. We got a gram of arginine. There is whisperings of this of the Velox blend from Kio Oaxaca. So I love that. It needs to be 1.5 grams, but I still love that they're going there. Cordyceps, I'm going to take that in whatever dosage and quantities I can. We got a clinical PKTP. The 300 alpha GPC, it's like, come on, man. Well, I don't know. This could be a misinterpretation of the label. Alpha GPC from alpha GPC 50%, which means that this is the yield of alpha GPC. So this is clinical at 600. 250 on the paraxanthine is luxurious. Expo Energy had 200. So they're being extra nice in the infinity department. And it's not caffeine. There's no caffeine in here, which is pretty. That's why that is a huge factor in why this is such an awesome product for Costa Rica.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any other brands that have banger after banger after banger in this product. Lion's Mane, I'll take it whatever I can get. I don't give a shit. We got 200 milligrams of theanine. This is a chiller pre-workout. You got Infinity, you got theanine. It's kind of playing on the caffeine theanine synergy, but it's like, it's not caffeine. Like, you're not going to have an increase in heart rate. This is a good end of dayer pre.
It's a good thing I'm drinking it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit.
The green tea, I could take it or leave it. The reishi, I could take it or leave it. But I see the antioxidant part becoming the all-in-one pre-workout.
That's my one thing about this product is I wish they didn't do the mushrooms in this one. I wish they would have did it in like another product.
50 milligrams of beetroot. Are they selling on Amazon?
Oh, not yet.
Are they going to? Yes. Yeah, that's why there's 50 milligrams of beetroot powder in here. Sodium bicarbonate 135. I'm wondering, is this supposed to fizz?
It doesn't fizz.
I got bubbles.
A little bit.
Look at it.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Not like gonna explode.
No, we have a few hundred in ours in our Creex, and it pops. It's got that amount of sodium bicarb is not going to create really
The flavor's pretty light.
fizz. It is light. It's not sweet.
No.
My gripes are mostly in the flavor department.
Yeah.
Stevia being the last ingredient on here. It could be backed by monk fruit, but that costs money. We got natural flavors the first thing with malic acid and citric acid. I taste more acid than that label would indicate.
Really? I don't.
Also, it's misfit. Berry. Citric and malic. Does not compute. It needs to be tartaric followed by citric. And then this, I don't know what kind of stevia it is. I'm guessing Rebe by the taste of this thing. The flavor isn't bad. It just needs more justice in the sweetness department. The acid could be higher and it needs to be the right acid.
I bet it's just really expensive.
Depends.
I mean, it's hard
This product itself, the PKTP and the Infinity are eating the majority of this cost. But the fact that they're able to put everything else in here is impressive. because you're buying those two things mostly.
Yeah.
And those are banger things. For Costa Rica, this is an incredible pre-workout.
Probably one of the best pre-workouts in Costa Rica.
I would, yeah,
It will be. I don't know. Maybe working with international brands like I have before too, sometimes the palates are different.
Yeah.
We tend to like sweet a lot here in the U.S. I wonder if that's going to be better for how they like flavors. If that here in the U.S. will get chewed up by some brands, whereas I think in Costa Rica it will probably be on par. At least formula-wise, it's better. Flavor-wise, it's probably going to be on par with most things. In the U.S., people would be like, because it's up against Kool-Aid, amazing flavors.
That's where I think those mushrooms probably hurt them.
Absolutely.
Yes. If they would pull the mushrooms, all the botanicals out, it would be better.
But the problem that
And the
I
bicarb will flatten your flavor.
the issue I see with them is that it's called Formula 21 based off of the amount of ingredients that are in here. So
It's a lot.
Well, I mean, there's 21 ingredients called Formula 21. So if you ever wanted to say, let's pull the mushrooms, now it's like Formula 18.
It sounds like a downgrade.
Well, not even that. It's just like
Once you
be
start
doing
at
that.
21, you can only go up.
think about intellectual property. Like you got to go back and re-trademark new stuff.
Yeah.
You put money into investing in this naming convention, and then all of a sudden it changes. So like it's just when you do that, it's a risk.
Can you pull up Costa Rica Amazon? Just out of curiosity. You can get your screen record going.
So I kind of wish they would have went with a different name, but this was their vision. Their vision. They wanted it, and they got it. And from what I understand,
Those are books about Costa Rica. It's going to be like Amazon.cr, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
It's San Jose.
I'm curious to know like what are top sellers in Costa Rica.
This is going to be a banger. Delivered to Costa Rica. Go ahead, pre-workout.
Gorilla Mode, NutriBio. Those are sponsored. Go down to not sponsored. Superhuman.
I believe what I'm seeing. Pre-C. Total War, yeah. So this is not as big of a spread that we have in the United States.
I mean, Superhuman probably does really well in the CR.
Yeah.
So not as competitive.
It is definitely competitive.
It is?
What, the Formula 21 amongst
No,
these?
I mean just like the market. Theirs are insane.
It's
labs.
limited. Yeah, I mean you're gonna have your big players like C4. NutriBio is gonna be in there.
I just see a bunch of our clients on here. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, Nutrex will be there. Jim will be there. I'm surprised Accent Sledge is there.
Yeah.
Bomb, of course. Jocko being in Costa Rica. And the people don't realize, like, when you make a product for another country, you have to do this with an entire set of regulations. So it's usually best to go with the country that has the most conservative regulations and just make a blanket formula for all of them. Dragon Farm, they were out of South America, weren't they?
Yeah, I think they're Brazil.
Yeah. Insane Labs all over the place. What's that bag of Insane Labs?
There's Panda.
They have those are stick packs of Insane Labs.
Yeah.
$29.99. Wow, that's a good price.
God. I hate them, but I can't hate them without just hating myself. So.
I see a bit of NutriCost here. Is that primarily price?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like an Amazon brand.
And their
Is it Amazon? I've seen it in stores here and there too.
I believe it's owned by the fellas that Bucked Up, or the same manufacturer. You can tell by the fonts.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a top seller.
Top seller is Raw. That's a sponsored. Those are all sponsored posts.
RSP Aminoline, they crush.
Yeah.
Not the greatest product, but they crush.
Yeah.
We reviewed them on like the first or second episode.
Cheap too.
We got them from Walmart.
We did a little project with them.
Yep.
No, I mean like NutriMedia did.
Oh, with RSP?
We've done projects with almost everything on that page,
Well,
except NutriCost.
this one's going to do well because there's not a single one up there that's going to have PKTP and pyraxanthine. They're early to the party on a lot.
There's their website. And that's new.
Is Flow State 8 ingredients?
This is a new product that's coming out next.
Oh, PKTP and Infinity.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see what we got in here. Dynamite. Fuck, dude. These guys are serious.
Oh yeah, man. Super passionate. Very, very nice guys.
Some Kana.
The concentrate, so they adding the 72 to the rest of their ingredients. That's more than 8 anyway.
How do those stack? You probably wouldn't buy both of them.
Probably, well, if you like a lot of paraxanthine, maybe.
And cordyceps.
Yeah. But it's not a bad product. Like, these are quality products. These are quality products that are going to stand above the rest because of how many trademarked ingredients they have.
For sure.
This is going to be a premium brand compared to the rest of
Yeah,
those
that's the guy who owns it right there.
regular, brands that are there.
The dude with the real blue eyes. Michael Strada, yeah. Nice guy. Cool.
I think they're going to do well,
All right, well,
regardless of their 2 gram spade alanine.
I'm glad they got the nod. Because I was worried about the whole naming convention thing, but we'll see how it does.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Those labels are sick.
Yeah, the labels look really good.
Well, that much I know.
But then again, you also made NutriBios. You're a little conflicted. But this is a little more bells and whistly than like a base pre-workout.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a whole kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's move on to That's Bullshit.
All right.
We take TikTok videos and see if they're full of crap or not. You ready to get out of here?
Is there a theme
No,
on
no,
these?
not at all. I'm just checking.
Yeah, I think they could pump the flavor a little bit on that, but I also think it's expensive.
I would completely.
What the fuck?
What the? Whoa.
Back it up. Start over.
Can we get this? Is there a full screen on this? Whoa.
What is that?
Whoa. Is that all right, can we slow-mo through that first bit of the video?
Well, there's no camera on it, so you got to explain what you just saw. Is that supposed to be poop?
Let's go.
It looks like they didn't digest the.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa. Just pause it there. What is that?
is-
All right. These are female legs.
It says this is what happens when you start.
We have
taking-
2 ladies in the house. If you saw this in your underwear, what is your thought?
Yeah, you need to go to the doctor. All right. And it says, this is what happens when you start taking pineapple gummies daily. Okay, the fuck? Pineapple gummies.
Explain the visual.
Please
explain the visual.
Explain because they can't see this on a podcast. There is someone sitting on a toilet, and you're getting their bird's eye view of their feet with their pants around their ankles. It appears to be a female subject that is grabbing the crotch of their underwear, showing you the inside of the crotch of their underwear, and it looks to be what is a over medium broken egg yolk smeared.
I was going to go with egg yolk. Yeah, that's it.
Smeared all over that thing, and it says, and when you have this in the crotch of your underpants, this is what happens when you start taking pineapple gummies daily. Please tell me the health benefits. What's the catch?
Are they selling the pineapple?
Start feeling fresh and light as the gummies work their magic to balance your pH and keep you feeling confident all day. After 1 week, smell amazing, feel amazing.
Wait a minute.
Taste amazing. That pineapple margarita vibe, it's real, and your partner will notice. Get ready for
Okay.
compliments you've never
Okay.
heard before.
Okay.
After
This shit isn't real, is it?
All right. It is a stretch. It is.
Okay, so what are they saying? You get crusty from the gummy, or
They are claiming there's an enzyme in pineapples called bromelain. And bromelain is measured in what are called gelatin digesting units, the GDUs. And it's used usually in like joint health products or digestive aids because like if you eat a steak and there's a lot of tendons and shit in there and in between the muscle cells that you can't quite see, you take some bromelain and it helps you break down the steak so you don't get all bloated. Conversely, bromelain can also get into your bloodstream and go everywhere else. So like if you've got like some rickety joints or like cartilage buildup or anything else like that, it'll help like sand it down on a molecular level so your joints can move more freely. So if you have popping joints or grinding joints, it's good for that kind of stuff.
what does that have to do with fucking egg yolk in your underwear?
Is that supposed to be a yeast infection of some sort? What the
We're
hell is
getting
going on
there.
there?
Right, so-
Over in the front, what is?
They're claiming some sort of a purgative effect.
This is what happens
Like
when you
they're
start.
they're saying like this product will give you vaginal discharge. Okay, you're selling this product
That's what
on
I'm saying.
the first promise of vaginal discharge. Okay.
pineapple gummies.
Premium feminine balance gummies.
And are they showing you like that's the before is when she has a discharge and these are supposed to fix that?
No. They're saying that this is part of the purgative process.
Well, I don't want it. I wouldn't want that. You couldn't sell that to me.
This
Or
is
my
a
girl.
premium feminine balance gummy. Okay, Frank?
All right, they have 2,800 ratings on Amazon, so that's Costa Rica.
That's a
That-
Get
we're
outta here.
That's still in Costa Rica. What do they have on the United States?
and
So they're selling this.
Well, if that's what's going on in Costa Rica, I'm not going there for vacation.
They're
they're
selling it.
purging their lady parts with pineapple gummies. Anyway, so like it's supposed to flush whatever junk out and like old tissue or whatever. And then apparently in the wake of this purge, it
You're fresh.
smells and tastes like pineapples. The old adage, right?
I wouldn't be the first in line to try to confirm that thing.
2,800. How many? 50K plus bought in past month. They've sold 50,000 of these in the past month, the past 30 days.
On that video.
Well,
26.
We're doing something wrong.
we really fucked up along the way somewhere. I guess we could use this for inspiration.
Is this what you're talking about? The back.
Oh,
one?
so we got some bacillus coagulans. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
So what is that? Probiotic.
That's probiotic.
And
Yeah.
then pineapple fruit powder. What the fuck does that do?
I'm guessing it's like trace amounts of bromelain.
Bromelain can be the only. Yeah.
But there's also like the smell and the taste factor that maybe the whole point of this is the bacillus coagulans, and then the pineapple fruit powders for the smell and taste and stuff. So like the bacillus coagulans is what's making the freshness. It's stabilizing the pH. It's
Veronica
a probiotic.
Garcia says these really work. These gummies are delicious, easy to chew and swallow, no bad aftertaste. Now for real review. Whoa. Holy smokes. After using about 5 days, my husband noticed how drenched/wet.
Oh, they're not saying purgative. They're saying like
Oh, it makes you swampy,
swampy.
extra froggy. This is a froggy chew.
I don't think a probiotic can do that. How many people are claiming that this is I can vouch for tasting better. However, the gummies are delicious and will be continuing to try. These are good vaginal gummies, said the lady who suppositoried it.
What?
Did I see that the lady said it was like a super? So she said it was like a super soaker.
You know that's a fake review.
Haven't heard that reference in years.
Oh, we have a 1-star review? Oh, you got to sign in. So it's only 1 billion CFU. This is a real chicken shit amount of bacillus coagulans anyway.
So you're saying this is bullshit. Entirely bullshit. Go back to the video. Let's watch the whole thing.
Not according to these women. They seem to be loving it.
50,000 sold in the past month.
Like the gummies work their magic to balance your pH and keep you feeling confident.
Work their magic.
After 1 week, smell amazing, feel amazing, and even taste amazing. That pineapple margarita vibe, it's real, and your partner will notice. Get ready for compliments you've never heard before. After 14 days, you're unstoppable. Say goodbye to odor, discomfort, and
What's up with the
uncertainty,
dolphin
and
music?
embrace a balanced, refreshed, and irresistible you. The secret to feeling and tasting
Are those
your
whales
best
talking to each other?
source.
Yeah.
Feminine balance gummies. Don't wait. Get them now while they're still in stock. You'll thank yourself, and so will your partner.
So I guess there you go. It's supposed to balance your pH and make everything smell a lot better and taste better.
Like a pineapple margarita.
Yeah.
Why is this thing preying on women who are insecure about their smell and taste? Don't go to the next one yet.
We gotta compartmentalize this.
Okay, so
Decompartmentalize.
let's go back to the Amazon listing real quick. How many servings are in that?
Liz, you buying?
You just gonna eat some pineapples and take some probiotics?
Listen, I can't keep my husband off of it. Me,
Where's the stinker gummies?
Joey says I'm a trash panda.
Good luck. Where's the supplement facts? Oh wait, 60 gummies, 30 servings, 2 a day.
Yeah.
It's not exactly specific to the female urinary tract or anything like that. Maybe if you did this for like 6 months, you'd get some sort of improvement. Yeah, but like 1 bag of this, I wouldn't expect much. Maybe even better digestion, which is probably the most accurate thing you could get out of this. But I'm also like, I've seen a lot of vaginal probiotics too.
Yeah, they're pretty popular right now. We see
There are
it.
some strains that are specific to that, genetically bred for doing this job that probiotic is not designed for.
Joey's calling bullshit. What do you think of the packaging? It's called Vital Source Nutrition.
What is the Vital Source? What's that picture of on the front? Is it alluding to something? Is that a cross section of a flower? I think it is. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a cross section of a flower.
Kind of looks like a vajayjay.
That's the point, right?
See the reiterate?
Revitalize vaginal health in just 2 bites. Well, that's a structure function claim.
There are no asterisks. Is there an FDA disclaimer on the back?
No. Oh, yeah. Yes, there is.
But
there's
they have
still
no asterisks.
No asterisks, so it doesn't allude to anything.
Why is it? Is it a supplement because it has bacillus coagulans? This would qualify as a food.
Yeah, I mean, they have calories, so it's set up like a nutritional panel.
Whatever.
But it says supplement facts.
These guys are probably part of some club.
I think they might be.
All right, let's see the next video.
Godzilla. If you buy this, they're gonna call you King Kong, Gorilla, Godzilla. These are the gummies, and man, like I said before, if you want to make your wife happy and take your love life to the next level, don't mess with those random
Dr.
chemicals
Tomps.
that just give you headaches. Grab some Shilajit gummies and handle it the natural way. These are packed with ashwagandha, daksura, and 75% folic acid. King Kong.
60 gummies? That's a big fucking bag. How big
Yeah,
are those
yeah.
goddamn gummies?
I don't know.
Hit that orange.
Oh, because they're little sacks of gummies.
While they're still in stock. I highly recommend every man give
Well, that's kind of cool that they're packaged that way. I like that.
amazing for your downstairs health.
Oh, your downstairs health. Notice they're not actually saying structure function claims. They say like downstairs health. See how the video started off?
If you buy this, they're gonna call
Keep scrolling. If you have 8 inches, keep scrolling. They're not saying anything about your penis will grow or blah blah blah.
Right.
Like
if you buy this, they're gonna
this.
If you have 8 inches, keep scrolling. And he's got a boner.
Oh wow, I didn't even notice that.
That dude,
Is that girl hitting a vape? What is she doing?
she's eating a sour strip of some sort.
Shit, I thought it was a giant piece of bacon for all I know.
That dude's got a cucumber in his pants. That packaging looks like shill of shit.
Are we pulling it up? Tomps.
Dr. Tomps. Dr. Tomps.
Dr. Tomps is a lady? Oh. She is.
This is white label if I've ever seen it.
It sure
Yeah.
looks like white label to me.
Got a little Himalayan
Scroll down. Scroll
Himalayan
down.
mountain back there.
Ooh, so there's more in it than She Legit. Wait. Yeah, it just says She Legit. So she only chose to call it She Legit because of the algorithm.
But there's Tribulus. Oh, that's cool. I like Tribulus.
All right, cool. Can you pull up an Amazon for She Legit?
There's 6 milligrams. What is that going to do, Joey?
I don't even know if that's a dusting.
We're gonna get to it.
That's a particle.
Yeah.
Look at any of these and see how many were sold in the last month.
Well, you know, Better Alt's probably selling a shitload. 10K past month. Himalayan legit gummies.
10K, 11K, 600K, another 10K, another 6K. So people are selling thousands of these per month.
And all these different brands. You add up all these different brands and how much you're selling. I mean, these we laugh at this shit, but obviously
You
people.
know, 0 of them contain She Legit.
You don't think there's any active?
That's a bold statement, but think about this for a minute. The practicality behind this. What is She Legit? For those of you at home, She Legit is
It's a rock.
kind of a rock. It's this shit that's secreted from rocks. You know, when you get hot and you're at the gym and you sweat and there's stuff that secretes out of your skin, the rocks kind of do that too. Whenever the atmosphere changes and there's lots of high and low pressure fluctuations, and we're talking about the Himalayas. So, like the Himalayas, they've got India to the south and they got the dry fucking Tibetan plateau to the north. And when storms roll over, they create monsoons in India, and clouds sometimes come over. But when there's a really big storm, that's when you get low pressure drops over the Himalayas, and then this stuff can start seeping out. It contains trace minerals. It contains humic and fulvic acids, which are cool for a couple of things. They're antioxidant. I don't know if they really do anything for sexual stamina. A lot of this comes from research that was done by, I believe, Natreon and their what is their Primavie? Primavie Shilajit.
Yes.
And they had one that it would increase testosterone. And from that study birthed all of this bullshit. And I'm pretty sure Natreon's Shilajit is the only legit Shilajit. Look at all that Shilajit that's on there. All that is crap. Because who do you think goes and gets the Shilajit? The fucking locals,
Right.
And there's only so much shit that gets secreted out of rocks on a yearly basis,
Right. So the supply's got to be minimal.
Very minimal.
Yes. So the demand that has been growing here on TikTok and Amazon for Shilajit is just bonkers, and there's no fucking way that they're keeping up with that. There would be armies of Sherpas going up into the mountains every day to just scrape this shit off of rocks. It's not like a plant where it's like an easily renewable resource.
Right.
All right, so let's look at this shit formula. All right. Starts off.
Does it give you a big old boing boing like that guy has?
I am already curious. So the first thing is
6 milligrams trigger.
Asphaltum punjablum resin, 300 milligrams, 10-to-1 extract. Can you Google that genus species name?
It's Asphaltum punjabi benim.
Punjabianum.
Punjabi. That's a hell of a name. There it is.
Now that's a name. That's like a genus species name. I've never run into Asphaltum punjabianum before. No, that's a genus species name.
Sticky like tar substance that is rich in fulvic acid.
Why does it have a genus species name? And this is only since like what, 2021? Keep going.
Why would it have a genus species name if it's
That's what I'm trying to find out. Now go to the Wikipedia. It's just Shilajit.
if it's just a rock sweat?
It's rock sweat. You can see the pictures of the rock sweat.
Oh, it's kind of moldy. Does it actually grow?
And you see how it's like, it's not black in nature.
No.
That's the other thing.
You think they're just grinding up the rocks and calling it Shilajit?
There's a lot of information I know about this that I can't divulge, so just for a later future Nutra thing that we will talk about at a later
Do you
date.
think they just add, what's that? They just add like carbon?
Charcoal?
Charcoal.
Yes. All right, so back over to the formula because I want to talk about this. So we have 300 milligrams of this. I think the clinical is actually, it's 300 to 600, but either way, we got 40 milligrams of ashwagandha with no specification. 4 milligrams of saffron. Okay, red flag number one is the fact that even though it's a fully disclosed label, we are no longer in descending order because we've got ingredient values that are switched up. Even though I recently found out in the CFR that it doesn't have to be, which just irritated me to high heaven.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have examples on the FDA's website of shit like this, where it's just willy-nilly, whatever you want, whatever order. 4 milligrams of saffron is legit. I'll take 4 milligrams of saffron. Curculigo orchoides or black mole sleep, that's not enough at 6 milligrams. The tribulus at 6 milligrams is not enough. Mucuna at 6 milligrams, not enough. Ginseng, 4 milligrams, not enough. Ginger at 10, not enough. And so this is predominantly a Shilajit product, but the rest of those things, you're right. It's like a pixie dusting. It's there for AdWords. It's there for picking up on the algorithm and stuff, because if it's written on your packaging, it'll show up in SEO. That's all that is. Why they chose to do a fully disclosed version of this instead of a proprietary blend is beyond me, because there's nothing, there is no merit in that shit right there.
No, it exposes it for being underdosed.
You're
if anything.
just exposing yourself for being a fucking skyster who's using the SEO and the algorithms to sell your product.
The panel there isn't aligned. The little milligram sticks out a little bit to the right.
Their supplement
Yeah,
facts does
it's
not go
off.
across the entire top. Even on a white label job, this is a sloppy job.
Didn't we learn that it doesn't have to go all the way across?
I don't recall that actually.
It doesn't have to.
Well, let's feel bad about ourselves. How much sold again? How many did they sell that on?
How
there?
many did Dr. Tom sell on Amazon?
Let's see how we got shat on by this terrible product.
Yeah, you're out here beating down some
We're,
doors.
I can't wait to see how many they sold. I'm probably going to want to cry. What is the number?
Dr. Chomps. There it is. Here we go.
All right.
100.
That's more like it. That's still 99 too many.
And we have a 1 5-star rating.
All right. I feel a little bit better now. I don't know if it completely makes up for the vaginal gummies,
No,
but I
not
mean,
at
this
all.
is a little bit what I would expect to see in a shit product, not moving much.
Well, and it doesn't look all that cool. Where are they from? Dr. Chomps. Flushing, New York.
Flushing, New York.
I don't think they are.
Nah. That's a P.O. box or something.
Yep.
Distributed by.
All right, so this one is very clearly bullshit too. Oh, you're gonna get in their dirty laundry? Where do you live?
Where you at? Dr. Thompson.
Their address was on their website.
Yeah,
You
but
did
that's a
see that.
P.O. box. That's just some bullshit. This says Arizona.
Oh, now they're in Arizona. I hate being right. That's not their address.
Domestic. What does it say?
Oh, agent's name is Jisheng Cheng.
That means they just
Or Jang.
paid somebody to set up their company. This is one of those things where it's clouded in mystery, and who knows?
Should have Jisheng Cheng on the podcast.
Yeah. All right. Next. That's bullshit. Clearly.
Shilajit's not bullshit, but most of it's available.
recommended ED med.
What's the most innovative way to treat ED according to experts?
Well, the best thing, honestly, is this new med called Rugiet. It combines the best aspects of other treatments and it minimizes the downsides. It starts working in 15 minutes.
This is the most scripted podcast ever.
Hours, so there's no stressing on when to use it. It's unique because it has this incredible ingredient called apomorphine, which boosts arousal. in the
He's
brain
literally
faster,
just
stronger,
reading
and
off
more
of a
This is terrible.
It has the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis, Sildenafil and Tadalafil, that improve your blood flow for longer-lasting, stronger
What?
erections.
Is he saying there's Viagra in this?
It sounds like you said there's both.
Definitely the best because it's the only treatment that works on both the brain and the body. Bottom line, if you want harder erections and more confidence in the bedroom, gotta try Rugiet. Click through down the
Rugiet, harder erections.
Rugi.
I'm sensing a theme here in your algorithm, Ed.
This is my top.
Why are all of them about sexual health?
Yeah, can anybody just fuck normal anymore? Everybody, does everybody need help?
No, you just gotta get weird with it.
Is the girl not pretty enough? Can anyone just be normal? Do we all need enhancement?
What are the comments like? One pack will cost you $120.
I'll stick to beetroot powder.
Those honey packs work better. That guy fell for a different scam entirely. Maybe it's the partner's fault.
How much does it cost? Rugiet.
All right, let's.
I've actually seen this on my feed, believe it, not this same ad, but I think I've seen something for this same exact product in a different ad on my feed.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe you need erections too.
No, I mean, God knows, I got myself enough trouble in my life.
The first 3-in-1 ED med. They're calling it a med.
And I know one of them I saw was like to help you with arousal too, not just getting hard, but like mentally or some shit.
I have a theory.
They're calling it a med. That's a no-no.
Well, let's see what this med is. It could be a med.
Man, people just do anything.
Oh, we have to do this.
Oh, we got to do a quiz.
So
you want better erections.
All right, first of all,
Last longer.
if those 3 ingredients are in this formula, they're checking all these boxes. You are falling into a predetermined bucket already. Yeah. Oh, all of them. Well, then our product is right for you. Dude, there's not going to be any way. Go ahead, put Ben Kane's email in there.
Ben at priceplow.com.
He never reviewed those bone growth supplements for kids that we got in.
That bastard. Yeah, just do some arbitrary password. Create account.
Password.
I hope he gets a thank you for signing up. Oh, I know his birthday.
It's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up in a
We
couple weeks.
just buy this for Ben's birthday for him.
Oh, yeah, he'd love that.
Just make sure you're eligible. New Jersey.
I think it's August 15th. August 15th is Ben's birthday.
No, he's only 25. He's not going to be eligible. Make him older.
Put 19. Sure.
Okay, fine. New Jersey. Phone number. Do you have like the censor button on your pad? No, on the
Here, I'll just give you it right
your
here.
sound effect pad.
He's gonna love this.
Do you have the sensor beep? Yes, you do. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Just type it in. Oh, you have it? Okay, just put his phone number in. Sorry, listeners. We are having to sign up in order to figure out how much this costs.
But we found out we have a sensor beep, which we probably should have used quite a bit.
I don't know if that comes through in the recording, though. Who knows? Yeah, agree to receive text messages.
We want that discount, baby. All right. How confident are you in keeping and getting in a direction? Oh, you just the worst case scenario right off the bat. How often are your erections firm enough for intercourse? Never. How are you able to keep an erection at the beginning or during? Never. How difficult is it to keep an erection? Extremely difficult.
More questions.
How often are you satisfied? Never satisfied.
Dude, they go through a lot of
Is your
questions.
sexual performance affected by the following?
Is this what makes it a med?
All of it. All of it.
Is this how you quantify a
Click none too. Yes. No. Oh, this is going to be magic.
Just click through it. Who cares?
What were the issues? Everything's fine.
Not hard enough.
It's like you're not hard enough today.
God, I hope he's getting blown up with text messages right now.
No, I don't take anything. No. Allergies to cats. Have you ever had any? No, none of this. It'll make him ineligible. No.
So this is what makes it a med, technically.
I think this could be a drug, but I'm really interested about the apomorphine part. His foreskin's too tight.
None that apply. Jesus, there's like 50 questions. When does this end?
No, none of this stuff. No.
I wonder if a doctor's actually going to call him. That's funny. He's going to be so confused.
Okay, apomorphine. This is a drug. Okay, this is not bullshit. It could be better though if they're playing with drugs. So pull up a Wikipedia page for apomorphine because we know sildenafil and taldalafil. That's Viagra and Cialis. Oh fuck yeah! Get them maximum strength.
Holy shit!
There we go. Let's do it.
$24 a dose?
Did you see the
24
milligrams
a month.
It's 24. 6 times 24. It's going to be hundreds of dollars.
All right, let's go 6 then.
Yeah, for a gag.
Are they going to charge you now?
Yeah. I just want it one time.
Do now 0. What?
I am so confused by this.
Well, you have to have a doctor consultation.
Oh, so they're going to actually call him and ask him about his wiener.
I can't wait. All right, just go with that.
Like, actually?
Are they really going to just run it and then like some sham doctor is going to call him and ask him about his wiener? Is that worth $20?
Yes. Absolutely. I'll pay for it as long as it's not on recurring subscriptions.
Is that even? I mean, it was 100 and some milligrams of Viagra, and
That is amazing.
dude, what the hell is going on there?
That is
Is
amazing.
it illegal to pay for somebody? Like this seems so weird. People.
I
Can
think
just
if you
buy
take
these-
that much Viagra, your dick's going to sound like a chainsaw.
It was 120 milligrams of Viagra and what, like
a half, like 60 milligrams of Cialis.
what the hell is that going to do to your blood pressure?
You're going to get rigor mortis.
You're never going to get rid of
So
it.
they're
If it
selling,
works,
they're selling prescription drugs off TikTok like that.
Yes.
it appears that way, yeah.
I got my testosterone from an Instagram ad.
Wow. Well,
But
yeah,
if-
that makes sense. Actually, yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
So-
that is what they say it is, man, that is not bullshit at all.
It is.
That's
So I want to go a little deeper on the apomorphine thing because that's a new spin on this. The fact that you can do a combination plus apomorphine. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Yeah. Did you already do this? Did you sign them up? You pull open a new tab.
What if they have a really good sales pitch and he ends up actually subscribing?
We've done some good in this world if he buys. All right. Look up.
A grower.
It's ED and hair growth combined.
Ready.
Whatever compounding pharmacy this is, they're fucking geniuses.
Yeah, they are. What does Rougiette mean?
Doesn't mean a fucking thing. It's Rougier.
Rougier. That's a pretty looking graph. Okay. Good looking website. Really good.
Featured in Men's Health. Yeah, a dopamine promoter. That's what I thought. So, like, apomorphine, I believe, and that's why I was asking you to pull up the Wikipedia, is an alkaloid that comes from Blue Lotus, like nuciferin, and it's a dopamine receptor agonist. Now, if you have high dopamine, it decreases your refractory time, so your time between orgasms, like, kind of starts closing down. And that's because dopamine is a prolactin inhibitor, and prolactin is usually what like puts you down once you finish. But if you take something that's
Makes you
prolactin,
sleepy?
well, kinda, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure what the purpose is in men, but for women, I mean, obviously it's called prolactin. You can imagine what it's for,
Like that pineapple stuff.
but for boobies.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you take any kind of prolactin inhibitor, even taking L-Dopa is something that you could use to decrease your refractory period. But cabergoline is traditionally the best one. And which, like, this is a merciless fucking Men's Health product. Because if you do take a prolactin inhibitor, like if this was mixed with cabergoline, you're just mercilessly, like, your boner lasts for 4 hours and you can last for 4 hours. So, like, you're like a rat hitting, like, some sort of, like, button that causes a zap in your brain to where you just fucking feel good and you're just going to be fucking and coming for, like, 4 hours.
You don't need that, right? Hell no.
No. Usually I can get the job done a little quicker, but if you have no refractory period, like, eventually your balls are going to be empty and you're just going to be in pain.
I see. So it keeps you with the juice?
Until you run out of juice.
Oh. Interesting. Interesting, folks. Things you can buy on the internet.
And this one's not bullshit because this is a drug and you have to have a doctor tell you you can use it.
Tell you
But
what, whoever's on the receiving end
whoever
of that,
Rougiette is, hit me up. Let's put some cabergoline in this motherfucker and take it to the distance. I see you like to live dangerously too.
I think you should get some, Joey.
whoever's on the receiving end of that, man, better have a tag partner.
All right. So
should get some.
You got to have a couple people lined up. Someone's gonna have to tag out. That'll be a
This
massacre.
man can't stop.
That'll be a massacre.
We've run out of women. We only have goats left.
Joey's like, I'm in.
I just need to fuck.
That's you anyway.
Joey's wife says he doesn't need any more. He's
Yeah.
good.
But yeah, that's definitely not bullshit. Yeah. What'd you think of that, Frank?
The internet's a weird place, isn't it?
I can't
Yeah.
believe that's on TikTok.
I can't believe it's openly like that. Yeah.
If kids lie about their age to get into porn sites, they're definitely lying about this.
Yeah. I'm surprised at the product too.
You know, if they've got
Dosages and that. I mean, you're gonna someone's getting fucked up on this, man. Whoever the girl is, it's not a good day. It's a bloodbath. It's not. I would not suggest this unless you have some serious problems.
If you want to wake up like this, have your man take this.
Interesting.
It's expensive, though. At least say
I
it
hope
was.
the girl who gets the pineapple gummies meets the guy who buys these. And they have a baby.
I feel like it's the same consumer. Same demographic.
You guys really need to like revisit your algorithm or reset that thing.
It's the Suppworks one.
It's our algorithm, or it's our collective algorithm.
Yeah. All right. Frank, anything you want to plug?
How can people find you on the internet?
My Instagram is FrankC_Titan. And I'm on LinkedIn under my name, Facebook obviously under my name. So it's, I keep saying I should do TikTok, but I just don't at this point.
If you do, you should take down fuckers like this.
I've never seen this shit before.
You don't want that smoke.
No, I'm pretty low key. I wouldn't know what to do with all this stuff. But so yeah, it's just basically those are my social medias that I generally use. So no, it's a good being here shooting the shit with you guys today. Hopefully it was semi interesting.
Oh yeah,
I don't know that everybody loves retail and stuff like I do, but
I think the most valuable thing to learn is that there must be a culture with the brand, with the store, with anything else. If you're not cultivating the culture and building your cult, then no one's going to hang out with you.
Yeah, that's really where it's at now. You have to have something that people gravitate towards and want to be a part of.
And you need somebody out there building relationships.
It's very helpful. Yeah, it's very helpful. For brands, it is, but definitely building the culture is all about the people in the organization. But you have to do events. You just have to have an identity that people resonate with. And sometimes people stumble upon it by mistake, and it just happens. Other guys are very strategic in how they want to present themselves. So
you can always fall back on selling some crap on the internet, though. There's always that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're selling 10,000 units of pineapple gummies that make your vaginas taste good, I mean,
are you rethinking that business strategy then if you have a supplement company?
Well, I mean, dude, let's be serious. A lot of retailers for a long time did really well with dick pills.
Yeah.
I mean, that sexual area is a fucking gold mine. It's just everything's banned. It's all underground. But I mean, yeah, if there's any sector I could go into, the sex market would be phenomenal.
Well, apparently on the internet you can just scam people.
Yeah, some of this
could
stuff.
do that on TikTok.
I could. You know what, man? I couldn't. I actually try to have some ethics. I would feel bad. It's probably why I'm not rich, and especially in our business. I still have ethics.
You look at a retailer who's sitting over there complaining about people not walking in the store, and then 10,000 of these pineapple gummies get sold. You got to tell them they got to.
You know what it is? It's the impulse buy too. Like
Yes.
That's what's a big part. Like I see it with my girlfriend. She'll be on TikTok and she goes to the gym and she'll see an ad, and it's a girl like her wearing some brand of clothing in the gym, and she's like, "Ooh, I like that." And the TikTok, and they just keep showing you these images of stuff you'd be interested in, and she just buys shit. Now she's usually a tightwad, so she tries to get on a deal, but she just bought a pair of no-bull sneakers because she kept seeing the ad over and over and over, and she could use a pair of sneakers, and so that's like it's hard for retailers. Now you have this phone that you're stuck to all day.
It's trying to read your mind.
It's showing you, and it does a hell of a job of reading your mind.
Yeah.
And it's just showing you all this stuff that you want that applies to you because the algorithm knows you and what your interests are. So that's a whole other thing. That's another part of the supplements and the E side. That part, like, how do you just keep getting your shit in front of people? So it's training. It's like Pavlov's dog. You just keep showing them. It's repetition over and over and over. And every touch point is a step closer to, it's like me making phone calls with a guy that's semi-interested in the brand. Every touch point's another step closer, another opportunity to possibly get them to buy. But I got to go in the stores and call and do that. How does it, and when you're in your free time on this thing all day, you're just being shown all these options. And I think that's a whole other avenue that's
It's hard to compete with.
How do you compete with that? Really? I mean, how does a store compete with that when you're getting bombarded with images of things that are directly in line with what you do?
Well, you can sell integrity, I think. Like, there's some stuff in there that's complete crap. You're not selling complete crap.
But the problem is, I mean, look at how much of this is crap and look at how much is selling.
Yeah.
That crap is selling.
10,000 units of some bullshit. And why are 10,000 units being sold? Because somewhere they're getting that stuff in front of people over and over and over. And it's a hot category, sex category. Everybody wants something better sexually, right?
Yeah. I'm going to start doing videos of my skid marks. Want to look like this next week?
Eat Chipotle. And then Chipotle will start paying you.
All right. I guess we'll wrap this up. Let's get something to eat.
See you next time with the Suppworks podcast.